All right, man. All right. Mic check. Let me make sure mic is good, and then we'll get on here. Just kind of a preparation, right, for the regular season today. Sunday, 1 o'clock. It's kind of weird, but, it's kind of a dress rehearsal of sorts for some of us.
Yeah, that's one of the positions we're going to be watching here today. Who's going to be the guy that can stop the run when you need to stop the run and then get after the quarterback on
Yeah,
third
Martin
down?
Emerson out there. Tommy Togiai got blew off the line of scrimmage. He stepped out of bounds about 5 yards before they called him out. Again, it's the same thing that goes with last week. But times two, because there's even less starters playing this week. Nothing that happens in this game is panic worthy. Ooh, boy, that boy missed the tackle bad.
One of the things Kevin Stefanski talked about this week was the value playing against the Eagles offensively and defensively from their scheme standpoint because they're so different than what the Browns do. There you saw a little zone read. The defensive line for the Browns didn't know who had the football, and then he just
Nah, I ate already today.
for an easy 10-yard game.
Which reminds me, full screen hard cam.
Yeah, watch Tony Fields right here. He's playing it a little bit slow so you can get over the top, and then watch that tackle, right? You wrap up one leg, and you do that little alligator roll. That's the most efficient way to get a big man down. Because when you're coming from the secondary, those guys you're trying to tackle a lot of times, they're bigger than both you and I here these days, Chris, at the running back position.
You mean combined?
Combined, of course,
Okay,
yeah.
got it.
Not after a Mia Bella pasta meal, but maybe before.
That is Scott again. He gets close to the first down. Stopped about 2.5 yards shy. Fields again on the stop. That backup linebacker position, a few for up for grabs. That's a really good room that last year, according to Pro Football Focus, was ranked #1 in the league.
And the Browns have specifically molded this linebacker room for speed, because that's what it takes.
Hold on 1 second.
To defend against guys like Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow who want to spread the field and either beat you with their feet.
All right, they got Gardner Minshew out there. Alex Wright. Again, this is a backup unit. Isaac Rochelle. Good hands there. This is a quick hitter.
The new Philadelphia Eagles, after spending 4 years in Indy, where he was coached by, among others,
Why did it go away?
Hey, watching A.J. Green in coverage there, trying to undercut the route, but the Eagles receiver does a nice job of staying friendly to the quarterback and making himself available for the quick throw off of the RPO.
Eagles with a nice first drive, another play fake, and another hit to Quez Watkins.
All right.
Right in front of the rookie A.J. Emerson, who had a fantastic NFL debut last week.
Yeah, MJ was just outstanding. After getting picked on the very first play, he bounced back with an incredible interception. Then he returned all the way to the end zone, showing off that stiff arm like he did when he was a high school.
Had to set some things up. Now I can focus on the game a little bit. Okay, so they got the undrafted guy in there, 64, I think from LSU, and Tommy Togiai in the interior. Interesting, not even Perion Winfrey's out there. I wonder if he's going to play in the second quarter or if he's just not playing today.
Yeah, at the bottom of the screen, they're just running a little crosser concept where they're trying to rub. They see me in coverage and get the ball quickly.
If you can't hear anything, I'm assuming it's your computer. Whoever said that.
And your shoulders are facing down.
Everybody else can hear.
Good things are going to happen because you're going to fall forward for at least 2, 3, 4, 5 more yards. That's why this offense, when you're hit, is really difficult to defend against.
It is Scott. Nice spin move, gets inside the 10 and down to about the 7.
This has not been a good drive for Tommy Togiai.
Before Tommy Togiai wrapped him up.
I'll tell you that much. Oh, boy. Tommy got pulled all the way away from his play. The league doesn't sleep on Gardner Minshew. He's just Gardner Minshew. There you go. Good play, MJ.
The rookie, he was the first pick by the Browns. They had to wait until the 3rd round to snag him out of Mississippi State.
There he is doing a great job. He recognizes that it's a running concept coming his direction so he can come off his receiver that he's responsible for. And he sticks his
It's a nice physical play there by MJ Emerson. That's good.
all training camp, making himself known, getting to this crucial 3rd and 4 now in the red zone.
Eagles have to get inside the 4. It is Scott, and it looks like
He got it. He got it. That's a first down.
Anthony Bell, nicknamed the Hitman, out of West Florida, wrapped him up.
Who are they going to play in the 4th quarter? But this is who they got out in the 1st.
Coming down, you'd like to see him be a little bit more aggressive coming to the line of scrimmage to try to make the man get out of this gap that's got the
They got Curtis Weaver in there, dog. Oh, wow. They got the stop? Did they get it? No, I think they got the stop. It depends on the spot. Look, I ain't trying to see Josh Dobbs at the 3 anyways. All right, they gave him it. That's good. That's better. That's better. I'd rather see the kickoff return get some reps. Oh, Richard, if you just a little bit better technique and you get it. But he came in just a little high. I mean, shot through the gap, but came through high, a little bit out of control, wasn't centered, and just didn't get the leverage he felt like he needed.
You think he actually said no dice?
I think he said no dice. That's what he used to say to me when we were out there.
There you go. Just let me. Come on.
Stop just shy of the goal line. Perry Motley with the wrap up. So seeing a lot of the youngsters on the Brown side of the football. Once again, no starters today out there.
Well, our tackling hasn't been impressive.
And some playing time in the rotation.
I'll worry about that. But again, these are 3rd stringers.
The run game thus far, kind of daring the safeties from the Browns to make a stop.
And that's exactly what they do. In fact, they push
Good stop.
backward. Isaac Rochelle on the wrap up. The Browns will force a 3rd and goal.
Great job there. D'Anthony Bell coming off the edge, knocking into the pile, pushing the ball carrier backwards. And a lot of times when you get down to the goal line, it's all about who's got more guys pushing. It becomes that rugby scrum when things get stopped a little bit. So it's great to see
All right.
teammates jumping on the back of their
3rd and goal.
pushing the ball carrier back.
And they got it.
Scott is into the end zone as the Eagles take the opening kick all the way down. Oh, and a little bird dancing as well. Impressive drive by the Eagles.
So the Eagles are going to stay in shotgun here. They're going to try to keep normal personnel in the field on the defensive side. They don't want the Browns to have an ability to sub an extra big guy on the inside and then pay off, right? The Browns weren't able to get any goal line defense on the inside. The interior of the Eagles' offensive line gets the push that they need to be able to just ride the wave. That's what we used to say. Get the ball to the halfback and just ride the wave and find a crack to get in the end zone.
Jake Elliott, Pro Bowler from a year ago, tacks on the PAT, and the Eagles with an impressive drive that took half of the 1st quarter. We'll see Joshua Dobbs and the Browns offense and how they respond.
Football is back, and you can watch your favorite teams with Fubo TV. Never miss a highlight with NFL Network. Streaming live on all your devices. Try free at FuboTV.com.
PNC Bank believes that if a pair of goggles can help your backhand get better, then your bank should help
Yep.
you budget even better.
Eh.
Virtual wallet
See, I'm looking at this game, honestly.
one-way remedy.
I almost don't even look at it as a game. I kind of look at it as a practice, right? I don't care what this defensive unit does today. They could give up 500 points. I really wouldn't be concerned either way. It doesn't move the needle for me. Let's be real. Tommy Togiai and Roderick Perry are starting at D tackle today. They're not playing in the season unless something goes horribly wrong. So doesn't really move the needle. I care a little bit offensively about how they look. really, this is a special teams day. You know, I want to see how they handle kickoff returns, both on defense and offense. I want to see how they handle field goal kicking and stuff like that. But that's what's important today. This is a practice essentially, right? They did the real stuff during the week. Unfortunately, we don't get access to that. So, you know, there's no need to freak out about anything you see, especially defensively. You want to see some good things from some individual players that you hope can take some steps, right? David Bell's somebody you want to see some good things from today. Maybe Josh Dobbs. Martin Emerson, certainly somebody you want to see some good things from. Alex Wright, you want to see some good things from the rookies and stuff. But it doesn't really matter how this unit performs as a group, is what I'm saying.
Football News 5 is presented by Howard Hanna Real Estate. Start your home ownership game plan with the winning team. Right now, the team that's leading the Philadelphia Eagles after taking the opening drive, 14 plays, covered 76 yards, almost half of the first quarter. Boston Scott, a busy rusher, 10 carries, the last of which put the Eagles on the scoreboard. Jake Elliott to kick things off, and Mike Harley Jr., the rookie out of the U, getting first crack at the return duties. He will bring it out 3 yards deep.
Okay, Mike Harley.
And Harley tripped up at about the 16.
Oh, boy.
All right, let's take a look at today's winning mix. Brought to you by Vitamix, proud partner of the Cleveland Browns. All right, so
Add Anthony Schwartz to the name of players you want to watch and see good things from, too.
There's a chance to make us the winning mix that we need because obviously the defense did not start fast the way you want, but there's still an opportunity there. Number 2, get a spark from special teams. That returner job is still available, and it's really important to be able to find that guy maybe in this game that can be your returner during the season.
Oh, good run by DJ. Oh, good run by DJ right there. Had a bad preseason game last week. Good start. Just nice hard cut. Doing the stuff that we know DJ does well.
With no pullers as a running back, you're going to start downhill towards the B gap. You're going to suck up those.
I know people are saying that the Browns have to trade one of Dearness Johnson or Kareem Hunt. I'm not convinced that's the case.
Does it better on this team than Dearness Johnson.
that is David Bell, the rookie third rounder out of Purdue in motion. Oh, yeah.
Okay, Anthony on the end around. And he's not really that quick on it or anything like that. He had space. If he was shifty enough, he would be able to maneuver it, but he got 2 yards.
Focused on up front, and in particular, the middle of that offensive line, because we've got Yelda Froholt and Michael Dunn listed as guards because they're going to be rotating in at center to be Ethan Posic's backup moving forward.
Yeah, that's one of those position battles to keep an eye on. And if it starts getting rainy, it's going to be even more tricky for those guys just to get the snap on.
All right, a little screen work. Got it. Dearness is just such a shifty, smart, and savvy runner.
He is at the jump cut, and people are saying, "Oh, Kareem Hunt, he's better. Nick Chubb, he's better." But the patience that Dearness Johnson runs with when he gets the football is why he's been able to go from a guy that's nobody's ever heard of to being one of the better backup running backs in the NFL.
Johnson signed his 1-year tender after a season in which he averaged more than 5 yards per carry.
Got our first super chat from Soul Train who says, is it significant Jacoby hasn't played yet? No, the Browns, this is how Kevin Stefanski handles the preseason. The starting quarterback for week 1 is just not going to play until week 3 in the preseason. So just like last year where Baker only played the 3rd preseason game, this is how Kevin likes to handle it. The difference between last year and this year is that Kevin at least had the joint practice. So in sense, he's like, hey, joint practice days, that's one preseason game. The second preseason game is the 3rd preseason game for the quarterback, the starting quarterback. In terms of getting actual game rest, Dearness is murdering them right now.
Weak side, outside zone for Dearness Johnson. He's going to have an opportunity to show you his patience here on the replay. He's going to be coming this direction, outside zone. You got everybody getting their head in front. Oh, it's just offense on parade. But what he does once your feet are beyond the line of scrimmage, it's going to be at least +4 because even if you get hit at the line of scrimmage, you're going to be falling forward for 4 more yards.
The star from last week, Jerome Ford, checks in. He gets his first carry. Trying to find a little bit.
It's like they got Chubb and Hunt behind Chubb and Hunt. It's incredible.
Cincinnati last week, more than 100 total yards. He showed an array of skills in that win in Jacksonville.
Yeah, we talked about MJ Emerson being a spark, but how about Jerome Ford being a spark? He was fantastic last week. He showed his speed, he showed his toughness, his ability to break the tackle. And I think I may have seen, was that Chris Rose wearing a Jerome Ford jersey on the way to the stadium tonight?
Yeah, some people would think it was Kevin Mack or even Greg Pruitt, but now
Good avoid. Way to get rid of it. Get rid of it. Oh, he's running. Oh, he's got it. Oh, no way this stands. No way this stands. No way this stands.
we do have to keep an eye on the flag, but wow, exciting stuff here in preseason game number
Is that Deshaun Watson? Is that Deshaun Watson or is that Josh Dobbs?
Outstanding run by Josh Dobbs.
Wow, it stands. It stands.
You started talking about the jersey number 34. How about the 34-yard scamper by Dobbs?
Look at that. Josh Dobbs, the magician.
Like it's some type of tearaway jersey.
Tiptoes.
Right up and down the side.
Look at this.
Finishing the play, and that's where Josh Dobbs excels. He is so smart. That means it's
He heard all y'all talk about the Browns should get Taylor Heineke.
you got to pull the ball and run, and when you can cut it back and you don't have to run out of bounds, just extend the play, big fella.
So the Browns have entered the red zone, brought to you by Mitch True Sicilian Pasta Sauce, best ingredients.
Nah, Josh Dobbs.
You know, when it's called for a little inside handoff in the end zone, don't do that. Just drop the football, pick it up, run around the left side and get into the end zone. Josh Dobbs, he is having a fantastic preseason.
An impressive 84-yard drive by the Browns as they respond to the Eagles' opening score. And now it is the
Josh Dobbs, tired of that disrespect.
nearly perfect
Tired of it. All right, Kade York, don't mess it up.
during his first Energy Stadium PAT. Splits it. Josh Dobbs doing it with his arms and more impressively with his legs. We are tied at 7 on the shores of Lake Erie.
Josh Dobbs. I knew he was athletic. That kind of surprised me, to be honest.
It's real refreshing. Because real fruit juice tastes better. Truly. Mike Tyson. He ain't another world. To call me a savage. And I am. That's who I am. They'll love you as much as they fear you. To embrace your villainy.
Josh Dobbs, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. Ray Rag says having a mobile QB will be insane in this offense. It's an interesting wrinkle, right? Hold on one second. It's an interesting wrinkle because I think Josh Dobbs, he's going to have some packages during the regular season in those 11 games. They're going to put Josh Dobbs in a little bit. Now, again, it's the third. It's a preseason game, and nobody's playing anything remotely close to their starters. So temper the expectations just a little bit. But yeah, it was a good drive. It was at least fun. You know what I mean?
Don't freak out, but you can get 50% off all menu price Domino's pizzas when you order online right now. Right now?
Right now.
Right now? Right now? Right now. 50% off right now. Now through the end of the week, get 50% off all menu price pizzas when you order online at Domino's.
This season's story starts in the preseason. Let's get the train rolling. And the story continues in week 2. With every game on NFL Network. Big faces in new places. I'm excited to go win. And fresh names making a statement. I want to be the best that I can be. Every season is a new story. And every story starts here. Week 2 of the NFL preseason. Live on NFL Network.
Brown scoring summary brought to you by Howard Hanna. Structural ownership game plan with
Deshaun, like, fuck. To Sean, like, yeah, you taking my job. Just playing. I'm absolutely playing. I mean, it shouldn't even be a question.
I've never seen this during my career, but when the defense goes out and stubs their toe, it's up to the offense to go out and have that good drive, get down the field, score a touchdown, and get the feel good back here.
York kicks it off, and it sails into the end zone, and that's where the Eagles will start their second possession. But first, let's check in with Aditi Kinkawala.
What else, Chris? But let's start with the wardrobe malfunction.
Uh-oh.
As you saw on that big 30-plus yard scramble by Josh Dobbs, part of his undershirt got yanked off. Josh Dobbs then ripped the rest of it off, ran in for the touchdown. Hey, guys, the laundry was laying on the field. I just yelled at the line judge and said, shouldn't somebody pick that up?
Aditi, well done. I wonder if he has to save a receipt. Can he just return that back to the...
All right, first and 10 here. Been a pretty fast first quarter.
Still at the controls. Quick hitter. Wes Watkins, nice spin move, and he's got a first down.
Ooh, boy. Ethan says fourth and Brissett for Tyler Huntley. Go Browns. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if the Ravens would do that.
Mitch Hughes made 22 starts in his career, 20 of those coming down in
I'd give up a third for Tyler Huntley.
for Jalen Hurts a season ago.
I like Tyler Huntley a lot.
Kenneth Gainwell in the backfield.
Oh!
Garrett almost picked off by A.J. Green. There is a flag down, but man, that would have been an easy pick six if he holds on to that.
Oh, he almost got it.
Reading the quarterback's eyes, and that's where you can get in a little bit of trouble if you run too many RPOs. You can bring these safeties down like he is over here, where he can just read the eyes of the quarterback and jump in front of those quick routes. I'm whispering to
Ray Rag says, I want to see Dobbs throw more to see if he can be a long-term backup. Definitely can run the ball well. I don't know if there's anything like a long-term backup, but you can at least do some of the mobile stuff you want to do with Deshaun when he's out there.
Is out of Nebraska, who is a very good player, filling in for the injured Clevelander Jason Kelsey.
Yeah, this Eagles offensive line is among the best in the NFL. They're big, they're physical, and Cam Jerkins is a guy they really like. He's done a great job so far for them in training camp because he is fast and powerful, and he fits with what they like to do with their RPO inside zone running scheme.
Also entrepreneur at such an early age. He's got the beef jerky.
Appreciate the super chat, by the way, Ray Rags. Come on, get some pressure. Get through, Alex. Get through. Stop going upfield. Get through. You know, how many steps until you realize you need to go and get horizontal? You know what I mean? Stop letting them push you vertical. You take like 10 steps upfield, you're not anywhere near the quarterback. You need to get to his side. It's getting stonewalled there, man. Well, I mean, we're at the backup D tackles now because Togiai is not even in the game. We got both the undrafted guys in there.
We've seen a lot of RPO inside zone, a lot of basic running plays up the middle here for the Eagles. And typically, if you're getting gashed like that on defense in a regular season game, you're going to start running some stunts, maybe some blitzes from the second level. But because it's the preseason, you want to see how your guys can just hold in there against their routine offense.
Gainwell trying to bounce out the right side, bottled up.
All right, good stop.
And here comes a flag as well. Alex Wright, the third-round pick.
That is the concern. That's the new concern that's popped up. Let me see what this penalty's on before, huh? Winfrey's not playing in this game, I don't believe. Or he's playing. All right.
That is on Richard Rodgers, the tight end.
We got Alex Wright. He's lined up over here, over these two tight ends. That's called the YY wing, and that's where the flag came from. So nice job there by Alex Wright playing over the top, right? That's one of the things that you're going to be asked to do when you're matched up against a tight end. You've got to be able to win that one-on-one block at the point of attack. Getting over the top there, forcing the ball either inside or to bubble outside further and farther than they want to go to give your boys on the inside a chance to make the play.
Second and long for, actually first and long for the Eagles. Ball
Oof.
in and out of the hands of
No way.
asked for a flag
No way that's a flag.
As Levert Hill was in on the coverage.
I wouldn't be surprised if they picked this one up. That looked like pretty good coverage. He was there right when the ball got there.
You know, maybe it was also tipped. Did you see the way it fluttered out there?
That might be just Gardner Minshew's style right there, throwing the ducks. There's a reason this is second or third team.
Pass interference. Defense number 35.
All right, so it was a flutter ball, but it was effective because it drew the penalty on Levert Hill, the second. Kid who was picked up in the middle of camp and just started making plays, as Kevin Stefanski loves to talk about guys who are coming off the street. We've had a few guys on both sides of the ball that have done that, but unfortunately this play by Hill gives the Eagles another first down. Minshew again, looking downfield, and
Oh, good catch. No, he dropped it.
he was looking for Rager, but it fell a little short. Good coverage by A.J. Green.
And we're seeing the Eagles here under center for one of the first times and throwing down the field as well. Ball is just
I hate Cleveland.
there from Gardner Minshew on the out route, which is one of the more difficult routes.
Why?
You don't have the huge arm, which Gardner Minshew has never had the big arm. He's always been a lot better at the shorter things. So you see there some of the limitations at
Oh,
quarterback, being
Lord.
able to deliver the football to the far sideline.
Heard he went and visited the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame yesterday. Wonder if he was wearing his jorts. Everybody's got a picture. Let us know. Tag us.
Good tackle. Who's that?
That thing never got going thanks to
Tony Fields. Good job.
Fields. The second has been all over the place, Joe.
Yeah, Tony Fields does a great job here. He's lined up. He's got the tight end off the ball, which gives him a little bit of advantage. Watch how he just gets a little bit wider right when the play started. That gives him a little bit more width and ability to beat that double team. What that tight end and tackle were trying to do is work a combination off of him to the second level, but he beats the double team right there and then forces with penetration the running back to get wider in the bubble outside. That's exactly what you wouldn't want to do to stretch a play to the sidelines.
Third and long. Gainwell up the middle.
Oh, got gashed up the middle.
Another Philly first down.
Yeah, it's going to happen, man. I mean, not at that level. Hopefully your starters are better than this, but I mean,
Calls the give up, handoff. You gotta be
I don't know what string they're at D tackle,
off the field.
but Jordan Elliott, Taven Bryant, Perry, like none of the rotation guys are in the game right now.
The gut. They've already ran for 58 yards here in the first quarter. Gainwell again gets it up the gut. Gets a few yards before being stopped by Tom.
Honestly, like I really don't care who wins this game. I'd rather Philadelphia score because what I'm evaluating on the defense, there's just not that much critical stuff. But I'd rather Philly score quick just so I can get some kickoff return reps in. That's where I'm at. Hey, by the way, guys, if you don't like the chat, right, and you see the chat and you don't like what's going on in chat, just do what I do and ignore the chat. You don't have to pay attention to the chat, okay? You think I sit here and read every single message that somebody pops up in chat? And if I'm the one running the fucking thing. Apparently Emerson is in the medical tent. That's not good. Yeah. So, you know what I mean? I'm running the thing. So I have to somewhat look at the chat just to make sure it's like nobody being racist or something in there. But other than that, I'm glancing, baby. And if you don't like the chat, bro, like there's a button, pop chat off. You ain't got to look at it, man. I see people complain, and this isn't just a specific complaint on my streams. I see people complain about chats on every stream I'm at. And I'm not going to watch what I came here to watch because the chat, bro, you can just turn the chat off. It's free. It's a button. You ain't got to watch chat. Let me tell you a secret. When I watch other people's lives, I ain't watching they chat. You think I be on Engraven streams, be out here watching the chat? I don't be watching the chat. Oh, by the way, J Cell Cat, I read that. Yeah, see, I read sometimes. See, I glance. Won't read this. I read it. You know what I mean? You ain't got it. And also, it's a chat on the internet, bro. You will kill yourself if you take it serious. Just assume people just be saying stuff, bro. Like, people just say stuff. You just gotta be like, all right, bro, this man just saying anything. And just let it go. Because if you take everything somebody say in a chat like this serious, you'll lose your mind. You'll lose your mind. I know from experience. When I first started doing streams, I used to take everything somebody said in this chat so serious. So serious. And now, I just don't care. Sometimes I get, sometimes y'all say something dumb enough that I get mad at. But even then, that happens less and less. But I guess I am reacting to a chat right now. Oh, Perion's out there? All right.
And that just creates too much space when...
Did Perion get in trouble? Why Perion out here now? Perion must have gotten in trouble.
Right? Because there's a lot of space for them to fill at the line of scrimmage, but then they also have to cover all those short zone areas that...
Oh! I don't know why I reacted like that. I thought he was going to get hit harder than that.
Keep him shy of the first down. Browns came with a blitz that time.
Yeah, Richard LeCompte doing a nice job making the hit right there. You'd love to see the Browns be able to get your hands up on that blitz and kind of affect the throw a little bit more, so you can't make that easy hot read.
Well, that was too easy for Kade York. Green and LeCompte the third for the combo stop. The Eagles going a little bit no huddle right now, working on that in the preseason. Minshew, pressure, gets it out. And
Oh! Hey, AJ Green, I don't like forward progress. But AJ Green just be out here trying to body people. Chris says, do you think the Browns look at D tackles when teams make... Yes, absolutely, dude. Absolutely. Have you seen what's at the bottom of this roster? Does it look like it deserves to stay? Absolutely not. Yeah, but thank you for that super chat, Chris.
It makes it difficult for him to make a play on that football, but what he does do is after the ball is caught, makes the tackle right there and gives his team an opportunity to still make a stop right here in the fringe area of the red zone.
Gainwell cuts it back, and another first.
See, here's an example of why you don't take chat serious. I appreciate the super chat, Chris. I already read that one out, so I'm not addressing you when I say this. But here's an example of why you don't take chat serious. Some dude who always comes in here to troll the Browns for whatever reason. I believe he's a Raven fan. One, he calls his quarterback Lamar the Great, which is like the most dorky, nerdiest, like, I've never touched a person that I'm attracted to, like, nickname I've ever heard of in my life. But two, the man made a Baker Mayfield joke as if it would hurt our feelings. Hey, bro, you in the wrong chat for that. I'm just going to let you know right here. We've been making Baker Mayfield jokes all summer. What are you talking about? That's not where it's going to hurt.
They got to be able to think when they're tired.
I ain't eating chicken tenders today. I had Chipotle before the stream. I might eat some grapes, though.
Can they make a stand right here and get off the field?
2nd and 8.
Let's get a sack here, Perion.
Tongue-eye in motion for the Eagles. And it is Gainwell again, and it is Alex Wright.
Good job, Alex Wright. Way to stick.
3rd and 5 for the Eagles. Play by Alex Wright.
Laser McDanger with the $2 super chat says, bro, if you don't pet that damn cat. All right, man, relax, man. Relax, all right.
Allow the running back to be able to get outside of that tackle, right? Which forces the cutback, and the quicker you can force the cutback on the zone plays, the better it is for the defense because those linebackers are coming from inside out and they're able to get there quicker, and the offensive tackles that are blocking and the offensive lineman on combination and inside don't have enough time to be able to adjust.
That is Deion Kane working right in front of Herb Miller, and it's enough for the first down.
And Gardner Minshew just so good at delivering the football quickly in tight areas. Understanding the leverage, Herb Miller to the outside, throwing it where only his man can catch it, then going right back to the hurry up here.
Gainwell in the backfield, gets it, looks for a little seam, and gets stopped shy of the goal line. It is right again. We got a great couple of days of practice against a really excellent Eagles offense.
They score? That looks like they scored.
For the touchdown. That was Kanachik on the hit. But Gainwell showed the wherewithal to get the Eagles on the board.
All right, let's get a kick return rep in.
Eagles here just going right up the middle. Browns defense just giving up too much, right? You cannot give a yard when you're on the 2 or 3 yard line. That's just way too much because you're getting pushed. Your back as a defensive lineman is going into your linebackers, and then they have no room to operate to be able to go and play the 2 gaps over the top like they have to in that situation.
Elliott's PAT is good.
Yeah, man. I think Perion Winfrey might have gotten disciplined by the team here because that was a very weird sequence that we just saw there, right? So what I'm referring to is Perion did not play at all in the first quarter. They put in Roderick Perry and another undrafted, I think Glenn Logan. So 2 undrafted guys in there at defensive tackle plus Tommy Togiai. And then in the middle of a drive, after Perion plays no snaps, he gets put in the second quarter immediately. That's weird. That's a question somebody needs to ask in the press conference. I believe that smells to me like an internal team discipline thing. That's a bit concerning, right? Perion hasn't had the greatest of camps. I'm a big Perion guy. Hasn't had the greatest of camps. If he got disciplined for something, that's not great. Like, what's going on there with him? But yeah, that's weird. What do you do? Did he get into a fight that wasn't reported on or something like that? You know, did he show up to meetings late? This, to me, from the experience I have knowing the NFL, this sounds like a coming to meetings late thing. You know, this sounds like a discipline from a position coach rather than discipline from the head coach on down. You know, normally when a position coach benches you during a preseason game, it's usually for those reasons. Showing up to a meeting late, showing up to a meeting underprepared. You know, it doesn't seem like it's a team discipline, which they would have announced. It seems like it's a discipline from a position coach. Somebody not being happy with what they've gotten out of Perion. So that's a threat to watch there. That's not nothing. That's concerning. That is actual concern. Yeah, and I know somebody said that he was drafted in the 4 for a reason, but that's not relevant to what we're talking about. He's going in behind 2 undrafted guys. That does not make sense. Even if he wasn't playing above them, which I believe he has been above those 2 guys on the depth chart. Even if he wasn't playing above those 2 guys, he would still be out there just because he's a 4th round pick and they want to see what he has. So that has nothing to do with it. This is probably like a discipline thing, right? More so than it is if he's disciplined. Like, that sounds like discipline to me.
Well, it's interesting. Usually in these preseason games, they favor the defense, but I think the fact that these guys practice against each other's schemes all week, and by and large from both coaches, it's a vanilla scheme out here right now. That definitely is favoring the offense in this situation.
Harley will let it fly over his head. And Joe Thomas, you are hard at work. The guy who used to line up to your right has got the day off, except for hanging out with our Aditi Kinkabwala.
I don't know how much of a day off that is. Joel Bitonio is here. He's offered to squat during the entire interview just to make it look a little better. But Joel, let's go right here with this. Obviously, this week there was finally some finality to who your starting quarterback will be the first 11 weeks of the season. Does it help to be able to zero in a little bit now?
Yeah, I think, at the end of the day, we wanted to know what was going to happen. It's kind of got dragged on throughout the offseason and into training camp. And so now to have a, definite answer on who's going to be our quarterback and for how long, we can kind of prepare. And we started doing that the last couple of weeks, but we'll have a quarterback, ready to go week one.
Oh, he got it! Mike Harvey! Tiebreaker goes to the receiver. It's going to either be pass interference either way. Mike Harley.
Yeah, it's unfortunate to see Nick go down in the first preseason game, but Poe's really stepped in. He has a lot of experience, coming from Seattle, and he's done a great job.
Is Kamaru Usman back from the upside down yet? Are you talking about the UFC? I don't watch the UFC.
Okay, let's let's talk about those practices against the Eagles, which I guess was your preseason game. They do play a different defensive front, a different scheme. What was the biggest takeaway from those sessions for you?
Yeah, it was a good battle. You know, our defense is mostly 4 down, and they have a 3 down front with outside linebackers on the ball, which is, you know, the Ravens play.
By the way, somebody said they can hear my TV very well. Well, I got that surround sound. This is 5.1 digital. You see the speaker? Surround sound. You know what I mean?
So it was a good test. I mean, they have a great D-line. They put a lot of assets in us. For us to go against new guys for a couple of days was really cool.
Okay, this is the last question. It's the most important one. We expect you to play another 10 years, but when you are done, are you going to go in the Joe Thomas direction and stop eating, or do you think you'll go the other way?
Hopefully for my health, I go the Joe Thomas way and stop eating. I mean, that's a plan. I'm kind of naturally a big dude anyway, so I don't know if I can get as skinny as Joe. I mean, he looks great. We'll see. Like you said, hopefully it's a few years away.
Hot yoga, he says. That's his secret.
I know, hot yoga, all this stuff. He's stronger than he ever was, so I don't know what it is, but he's killing it.
But he only looks like a tight end.
Exactly.
All right, guys, that's it with Joel. Thank you.
You look like the statue.
You know, Joe Thomas was never a fat offensive lineman, though. He was always a svelte guy. You know what I mean? A slim guy for that position. Oh, damn.
Joshua Dobbs on the boot there, and a little bit of confusion on where the ball was going.
I was too busy flexing, so I didn't really get to see that play. Oh, here we go. We got a little replay up in the
Yeah, we
now.
think it was intended for Mike Harley Jr., but we're not 100%.
I know y'all not talking about UFC right now.
Little play action, boot, half roll, give it to him right away. I think there was a little confusion as to where the football needed to go.
Oh, I think he thought he was going to kind of sink in and find his zone.
The quarterbacks when they run those little half roll boots. As soon as that first guy's available, just give it to him, right? Give it to him.
What's up, Engraving? I still ain't got that link yet for that theme, man.
That's when you go.
Ooh, good throw.
There we go. We have got a first down for the Browns and the first catch of the David Bell era.
And the defensive
David Bell, huh?
is here, but we got number 18, David Bell, jumping in there. One of the Bell
This one's a good one. He runs a decent enough route. He's just open. Finds a spot in the zone, catches it. Does a nice little hop, too, to get some extra yardage. Good awareness.
into a problem for your receiver. Excellent job at quarterback and receiver.
Ford
Oh,
inside the 35 with some
he had it. It was so close. He had it. He was so close to breaking that one off.
watch brought to you by Wayside Furniture, keeping it local since 1937. Third round pick of the Browns didn't have a great 40 time, a 4.65. That's why he may have dropped, but he was the Big Ten receiver of the year. And let's remember they had those two monsters down there in Columbus, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, and Jahan Dotson, who was a first round pick out of Penn State by Washington. But this guy was named the best receiver in that conference.
Yeah, production, in my opinion, when you're scouting guys, should trump everything. I think great stats are awesome when you're talking about the numbers that they put up at the combine, but production when you're talking about positions like receiver, when you're talking about defensive end, guys that get to the quarterback, to me, I'm going to favor that in my opinion every time.
But Didi, you have more on David Bell?
Guys, it's not at all surprising.
No targets to Anthony Schwartz yet.
David Bell, because David Bell has been picking Josh Dobbs' brain since the spring. He said he's the one that he talks to about what it takes for a quarterback to have trust in a wide receiver. That, of course, is David Bell, though, guys. You see him after practice working with Denzel Ward regularly as well. Very intellectual approach to the game. From the
All right, if you don't get it here, at least you get a Kade York look.
Running NASA by next summer. Goes down,
Oh,
is knocked away.
that's a good ball.
Nice job by Shisher. Very good workout.
That's a good ball, though. Hey,
Bell's got some of the best hands on the
good
team.
ball.
He would have come down with this if it wasn't for the DB from the Eagles. Just
Nah, David dropped it. David dropped that. It's a tough catch. I don't want to make it seem like it was easy. But for what we expect out of David Bell, he should catch that. It's not a drop. It's not going to count as a drop, but it's a drop when it comes to the expectation that you have at the player. It's a good ball, though. It's something. All right, Farachi says, with the depth of the Browns running back room, why not trade Johnson or Hunt both on the final year? Do you think they're waiting on the right value or just want all the depth? I think if somebody makes the right offer, they're not above making a move, but they're not going to make a move unless they feel like they get the right value for one of those players. So, you know, it's one of those situations to where, like, yeah, you got to give me something better. Like, we're not just going to cut one of these guys. We're going to keep all of these running backs. So there's no reason for us to get rid of them. So if you want us to get rid of these guys, you got to give us a fairly compelling reason to do so. So either that's a player or a draft pick, but you got to give them a compelling reason to do so. You know, and I don't think a 5th or a 6th round pick is a compelling enough reason to get rid of Kareem Hunt or Dearness Johnson. Did Kade York make that field goal? I wasn't even paying attention. Did he make the field goal? Yeah, I guess y'all freaking out. Yeah, he did. Good on Kade. Okay, he made a 45-yard field goal, y'all.
With a medical provider. Anytime, any place.
Roll into Midas today and save big on a set of tires.
Girl, you can do better, at least with your big name wireless carrier. With Xfinity Mobile, you can get unlimited with 5G for $30 per month.
Wow, I can do better.
Yes, you can.
I can do better too.
Break free from the big three. And
Oh, it's
switch
from
to
50.
Xfinity Mobile.
All right, yeah, that's impressive. That's a 50-yard field goal. That's impressive in the rain, new turf. All right, yeah.
That should help you budget even better.
Hope so.
Low cash mode
So, okay, now y'all making it 65,
for difference.
75. It was an 85-yard field goal. All right, y'all. Kade York should be good.
This is my maker's moment, and I make it remarkable.
Somebody said, bet if that was for the win, Quincy would be talking different. Well, yeah. Yeah, I would be talking different if it were for the win. Because it would be for the win. Of course. Yeah, that changes the context of the entire situation right there, man.
Boy, Browns fans, you have an opportunity to pick the field design at First Energy Stadium for the entire season. Choose from 4 different designs and decide which will be featured at midfield and in the end zone this season. All you have to do is visit clevelandbrowns.com/fieldpoll or vote through
They still doing that?
for your favorite. This guy is quickly becoming a favorite. Round scoring summary brought to you by Howard Hanna. Start your home ownership game plan with the winning team. And Kade York, after the 50-yarder, boots it out of the end zone as well. And for more on the kicking game,
Look at Kade kicking it out the back of the end zone, baby. Woo!
Kade York is getting to kick designated balls. In college, he would just kick quarterback balls. Well, now I think you're taking a look at Vince Herzog. He is the equipment staffer who loves the pebble grain football. Compared to Kade York, all Kade York told me about this is that he's going to have to make sure to tip Vince Herzog appropriately. And Chris, do you maybe know a little bit about this preparation?
I do. I was a ball boy for 3 seasons.
Why are Didi out here snitching, man? Snitching? It might be legal, but it feel like snitching. You know what I mean? Why were you out here giving game out? You know, that he kicking out designated footballs. You know what I mean? Like, what if this is the Deflategate 2.0? What if the, you know, Rockgate, whatever the hell they want to call it? Per Ray Rags with the $5 super chat. Appreciate you. AJ Green is being evaluated for a concussion. That's not good, yo. Well, I just saw it. Well, no, that's another DB.
We will check in on that.
All right, man. Get anybody who's going to play at all this year off the field. Get them off the field.
A moment when everything is on the line. Another moment on what? Sunday, January 16th.
I like a DD and all that, but yeah, I don't know. It just felt like snitching to me. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm maybe he told you that in confidence. What if a kicker ball gets mixed in with the quarterback ball during the season? Now everybody know who to blame. That dude. You know what I mean? I forgot his name already, but he's that dude that we gonna blame. If Jacoby Brissett throws a wildly inaccurate ball on a critical 3rd and 7 during the season because he had to kick a ball. You know what I mean? You putting pressure on him. Too much. We gonna blame Herbert for all of that shit. And his name's Herb. Please tell me his name's not Herb. Herb's one of them names. It's just fun to blame people who do shit that's name's Herb because your name's Herb. Like, oh yeah, shut up, Herb. Ah, copyright. They trying to get my channel taken down. They trying to get my channel taken down. Oh my, y'all, some of y'all gotta be 12 the way y'all reacting to somebody saying he buffs balls. Y'all gotta be. You gotta be at least 6th grade, 8th grade or lower. Some of y'all.
NFL Red Zone gives you every touchdown. It is wild from every game. Sunday afternoon. Go to NFL.com/redzone and get it now.
Lead the Browns midway through the second quarter, and as part of the Browns' commitment to youth and high school football here in Ohio, as well as education, the Haslam and Johnson families have funded high-quality synthetic turf fields at 13 sites over the past 6 years. The multi-use surfaces are now more widely available to students, multi-sport teams, and the entire community, aimed to help keep students engaged and attending school each and every day. We'll check in on the health of Herb Miller.
All right, let's see what's going on with Perrion, man. Play lower. You got all the length in the world. Just play a little lower, a little slower. You know, take your time. A lot of the times, one of the things I've seen in both the preseason games so far with Perrion is this. He's one of those people who would speed to a red light. You know what I mean? If the light's red, you can slow down. Like, you don't have to speed up. Sometimes he speeds to that red light and it gets him in trouble.
Move pretty much at will this afternoon. Let's see if the Browns can force the first punt of the game. Mitchell, changing the play in the preseason. I like that.
Looks like he's changing the protection there.
Browns come with pressure. And a quick hitter for a first down. That is John Hightower.
Yeah, the Browns run a little bit of pressure. Not something you see a whole lot of here in the preseason, but hey, it's 3rd and 5. What the heck? Might as well try to heat him up with a little bit.
That wasn't a terrible rep by Perrion.
The Eagles quarterback there.
No, okay. Some of y'all are mistaking, okay? So that rep right there, he's doing a cross. So he's going to be late on that because he's trying to go from one gap to the other. That wasn't slow. That's the stuff like what happened in that play, right, where I worry about with Perrion is where he penetrates too fast, right? And he penetrated too fast on the run play there. Poor Herbert. But he penetrated too fast on the run play. And that's what I mean he's speeding to a red light. If it's a run play and you feel the pull, you can slow down a bit. This guy, oh my goodness.
Go get it, Vince. Look at that. Come on.
Oh, come on, Vincent. He gonna pull his hamstring or his ACL this year. It don't look like he's supposed to be doing that. Leave Vincent alone. Yeah, so Perrion, I'm thinking I still believe in his skills and his tool set. It might take him 2-3 years to be who I want him to be. It might not be immediate, but I think it's there. He definitely has a lot of room for growth, though.
When we were taking on the defending Super Bowl champion New York Giants, the first thing they tell you is don't let them play with the football before the game. Phil Simms, the reigning Super Bowl MVP, takes it right out of my hands. I was lost forever. I'm surprised I wasn't fired on the spot.
They just flashed you when you got back under the stadium. The cat of 9 tails.
3rd and 5, Minshew.
Oh, get it.
And there's a flag.
Somebody said athlete. Hey, man, some people, when they sprint, they look like athletes. Some people, when they sprint, they look like they late to work. And homie looked like he was late.
That is going to be on the youngster out of Oklahoma, much to the chagrin of the crowd.
Yeah, outside of the penalty, great job here by the Browns secondary. What those guys in the secondary are doing right now is they're reading the eyes of Gardner Minshew because
What the guys in the secondary are doing right now is getting cooked. Every single one of them has been getting cooked, except for Martin Emerson and A.J. Green, who are both no longer in the game for good reasons. The good news is, it ain't like Perrion Motley or Perrion Martley and Herb Miller are going to be playing games for the Cleveland Browns anytime soon.
These guys that, hey, we don't really know a whole lot about. We think he's got potential, but can they become a little bit better?
Oh, they got Chris Odom in the game?
One thing, and then all of a sudden at the end of training camp, you're a pretty good player, you're reliable, and you can make this team.
Under 5 minutes to go in the first half. Minshew again working deep down the sideline.
Oh!
And Deion Kane, does he catch it? He does in front of Lavert Hill. Outstanding.
Where'd Deion Kane go to school?
Kane as he steals it away.
He sounds familiar.
Which means now the corner is one-on-one in man coverage. In this situation, they're sending an extra linebacker to blitz, and that gives Gardner.
Hey, look, man. At best, these DBs will be playing special teams. I'm not that concerned about Deion Kane looking like Randy Moss right now.
Inside leverage on that receiver defines where he's going to be. So nice job by.
Oh, got him.
Nice job by Gardner.
Oh! Gardner Minshew is an asshole, man.
This one goes for 23.
Gardner Minshew is a top-tier asshole. He is just going after this poor guy, Hill. Like, he trying to take him out the league. What's this? If he goes to him again, he's trying to take him out the league. If he pulls this, okay, there we go. Who's that? It's Richard LeCount.
Jason Huntley for a loss.
Nice job, Richard LeCount here. He's going to line up right there, and this is the gap he's going to hit. He does a great job. He sees the play, he diagnoses it. When Gardner Minshew turns his back out of the under center, he's just going to fire and take a chance, right? Shoot your shot. This is the opportunity to shoot your shot in the preseason. Show the coaches that you can make a big game-changing play, just like Richard LeCount did right there.
Trying to show that he can be the fourth safety on a very deep secondary. Minshew, quick hitter, tonguey eye, gets it down to about the 2. Sean Jolly with the stop.
Oh, Sean Jolly's playing.
See what the Eagles want to do here. Looks like they're not substituting any of their big guys, so probably gonna see Gardner Minshew getting in that shotgun again, giving him that option to either hand the football off or try to find a little bit of a win.
I know y'all not mad at Joe Woods, bro. Now y'all being mad at Joe Woods in the preseason. I guess y'all got to warm up too. The Joe Woods haters got to warm up at some point too. You know what I mean? And this is y'all preseason game for all that. Oh, get through. Who is that? Greg Logan. Glenn. Big fella. Big fella. Look at big fella get through. Oh. Hey, he done made the only play from defensive tackle all goddamn game.
Sirianni has the 2-minute warning to think about it. What's he going to do down near the goal line?
Look, man, I just accept it. Y'all gonna say fire Joe Woods even if the score is like 0-25 and the Browns are the ones up by 25. Y'all gonna find a way to say it. So I have to respect y'all ability to be able to warm up during the preseason. You know what I mean? But by the time we get to the fourth quarter of this game, I expect the starters to be out when it comes to the people. You know what I mean? Like, take the starters out. All right, man, and let's move on. Joe Woods should have been fired before the bye week. His first year, he's a bum. That's hilarious. I root for Woods like the Baker, bro. See, this is why I say chat just be saying shit sometimes. It don't even be mattering what they be saying. They just be saying shit. You don't have to react to all of it. That's a prime example. Anybody tell me what that man was trying to say? I don't know. I don't care. Yeah, where did Deion Kane go to school? Was he Georgia? I feel like he was Georgia. Oh, no, Clemson. He's a Clemson guy. Yeah, I wouldn't mind. Deion Kane. Somebody asked me pineapples on pizza? Yeah, absolutely. I do it. I don't give a fuck. I put that shit on deep dish, New York style, regular style. Honestly, I need to know deep dish versus New York style because honestly, regular style pizza is just absolute trash. Like that regular, nah, I either need the deep or the almost no crust of a big New York slice. You know, everybody be talking like, "Oh, Cleveland pizza is so good." Nah, it's not. It's overrated. I'm gonna take the heat for that. I don't care. All these pizza places y'all tell me on the West Side, "Oh, Quincy, you gotta go to this place or that place," and I go there, not that good, not so good. New York's the best. New York pizza's the best. The New York style of pizza. Dog, Domino's did a New York style pizza, and that shit was good, and it was from Domino's. That's how you know that style of pizza is superior. Hey, I've had bad deep dish pizza. I ain't never had a bad New York style pizza. Never in my life.
It is Jody Fortson's world. The rest of us are just paying rent, and that's why we showed you Jody Fortson's touchdown one more time back to Cleveland.
Stress on the defensive ends, right? Because they got to worry not only about the pass, but
Oh, they're going for it.
getting outside the pocket.
They're going to get it here. Got trips left. Yeah, he's going to be open on the cross. Oh! I don't know where Minshew's eyes were, but they were in the wrong spot on that play. If he looks to the trip side of that formation, there's a cross, not a cross, an end that's coming in there, wide open there. I don't know where his eyes were. That looks like where the play was designed. He had bad eyes on that one.
Remember that chapter of my life forever.
Show Joe Woods his respect, y'all. Yeah. Disrespecting Joe Woods. Talk about he can't coach. Who just kept Gardner Minshew, the great Gardner Minshew, out the end zone with nothing but scrubs. Well, not scrubs, but backups. Joe Woods. Put some respect on his name. Put some respect on his name. Put some respect on his name. All these people out here with fake accounts with other players, I don't never see nobody with Joe Woods as their profile picture. Why not? I've seen Stump Mitchell profile pictures be flying around. Why not the Joe Woods one? Show that man his love. Show that man his respect. Joe Woods the GOAT. I'm going to give me a Joe Woods jersey. Give me a Joe Woods jersey. Ray Rags say, I don't think people watched the same Browns game I did. By the end of the year, they had a top 5 defense. I think, Ray Rags, this has become something where people are fucking with me, quite frankly. When it comes to Joe Woods, I think it's just gotten to that point to where people are just messing with me at this point. It's hard to discern sarcasm on the internet, so it takes a while to get it. But yeah, don't get me wrong, there are legitimately people who think Joe Woods should be fired. But in this chat, I think, especially now in the preseason, about like 50% of it is people messing with me. You know what tattoo idea I never thought was fun? The guy that gets his last name tattooed like on the upper side, like it's a jersey, like his last name tattooed on his back like it's a jersey. I just hated it. I always hated that. I don't know what brought that up.
Should have signed up for those text alerts on the way to the stadium because I got caught in the
75 crashes in. You can get a good run here. Yep, you got it. You got it. There we go. And there's a hold. There's a hold. What the hell happened to the background?
inside when you do jump cut to the outside.
Offense number 82. Half the distance to the goal. Would be first down. That'll be on the rookie receiver Mike Harley Jr. Right now to send it down to Aditi, who's with the guy.
Unacceptable.
Pretty well.
Well, you may know him as Miles Garrett. I know him as a guy holding a football who's been lobbying Kevin Stefanski for some reps at fullback.
Fullback, tight end, wide receiver. Well, they'll take me, really.
Is that why you're holding onto the ball?
Just in case he has any doubts my ball security.
All right. Well, on that note, this defense has been saying it wants
Good throw. Anthony Schwartz with the catch?
Garrett is also
Of course not.
protecting him.
No, Anthony Schwartz with the catch. Okay, Anthony Schwartz.
The reflexes right there.
You better respect, man.
Has been saying it wants to be the #1 defense.
Y'all better respect my man, Anthony Schwartz.
Is that reasonable?
Looking like Antonio Brown with the catch. Prime Antonio Brown.
And I think we have the pressure to be able to put on the quarterback to be able to get the ball out early.
Let's go, Joshua.
To be able to
All right, that's a bad decision right there.
back and be able to make some plays.
Okay, so as you say that you're very complete, your defensive tackles are a little bit on the young side. What are you doing to kind of get them ready, raise them up?
Just keeping the standard. Just because they're young doesn't mean they can't come in and grow very rapidly. They pay attention to the details and they stay in late, not only working out, but trying to get on board with the game plan and what they need to do to coalesce with us and making sure that they're able to make plays and be able to work off of what we're doing.
Okay, last one. I know you've got week 1 and the visit with your old friend Baker Mayfield Circle, but before then, would you like to play next week against the Bears? Do you need a little preseason reps?
I think everyone does. No one's too good to get some warm-up reps in and get some time in, get their footing underneath them. So I'm glad to see the Bears again. It was a good last meeting and got a lot of respect for them and their coaches.
He talking
and,
shit.
just happy to be out there.
Get it.
All right, and any predictions for yourself? Any titles we know we'll get out of you this season? If it's a #1 defense, what is it for Myles Garrett?
It's another season for Myles Garrett.
We're trying. I was aiming for Offensive Player of the Year, guys. Offensive Player of the Year.
Hey, you gotta take that out with some fancy.
Man, Aditi's shoulder is doing work. You know how high she has to hold that microphone to get it to Myles Garrett's mouth? Like, she has to hold the microphone over her head to get, like, that's crazy, dog. Like, it's not just like she has to go for like 3 minutes. You hold your hand over your head for 3 minutes and tell me that ain't impressive what Aditi just did there. Shout out to Aditi, man. You got to do some kind of weight training when you that short and you want to be a sideline reporter in the NFL, right? Like, Aditi be like that. Mary Kay's super short like that. Andrew Siciliano, like, I'm not like 6'7" or nothing like that. I'm like a normal height, so, I don't ever have to go like that unless it's like LeBron. But, I usually can go, like that. That's a comfortable range. But once you break up here, once you get past that 45 degrees in your shoulder, you straining, you know what I mean? So she probably be doing some isolations for that. So shout out to her. She been putting the work in this preseason. I just wanted to make sure I acknowledge all efforts. No, Ashley Badstock like 5'10". She like 6 foot. She tall. She's tall. I don't know. I think we're the same height. Yeah, she's tall.
Launching themselves into space. Welcome to the club. I've been putting people into space.
See, that's what we don't be respected. We don't ever talk about Pam Oliver's arm strength. You know what I mean? But she be out there strong as a bull, too. Just on them interviews. You know what I mean? You know how strong you gotta be to just stand on the NFL sideline? Things just be bumping into you. People just be looking, moving super fast. You know what I mean? It takes great awareness. It's not easy to be on that sideline. Yo, y'all are wild in the chat. Y'all are wild. Nah, bro. Nah, who said I'm 5'6"? I'll smack you. Y'all wild, bro. I gotta put you on timeout for a little bit. That's wild, bro. You can't be out here. Come on, that's not a good look for me. Don't do that. Don't do that in the chat. Don't do that to the chat. Don't do that, chat. Nah. Hey, Sly, stop it too. We not about to do that. You know what I mean? Nah. Y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta chill.
Myles Garrett last year set the single season sack record for the Cleveland Browns, and by mid-September he could leapfrog a guy who should be in the Hall of Fame, Clay Matthews, for the all-time Browns sack record. You went against him in practice a little bit.
Yeah, those were bad days. Yeah, not Clay Matthews, but those were bad days when you had to go against Myles. He'd humiliate you even when he was a rookie.
Josh
Oh! Oh, I thought that was going to be picked off. All right. Man, look, Josh Dobbs' ball don't be looking like it's going to get there, but it be getting there.
You love to see it. Josh Dobbs doing a really nice job. Freezes the safety with his eyes because he knows he's going to David Bell along the sideline, and he's got to give his guy a little bit of a window to throw that all the way to the sideline across the field from the far hash.
Every coach loves to practice the 2-minute drill during a preseason game. So Kevin Stefanski's got to love that he's seeing this. Dobbs with a quick hitter out to Ford and a nice tackle right there. That is Kayvon Wallace upending the rookie.
Yeah, when you're running this 2-minute drill, you're fighting time and distance. It's all about getting.
Let it rip, Joshua. Let it rip, man. Throw that thing downfield. F it. No, he can throw screen. Nah, Joshua, you need to say F it. David Bell down there somewhere. Ooh, good setup. Good setup by Josh Dobbs. Who's the Browns quarterback coach? They've been put some work in, man. Aaron Zork with the Super Chat Q is notably shorter than Andrew Hawkins. Wow. 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 I'm not shorter than Hawk. I know for a fact I'm not shorter than Hawk. I'm definitely taller than Andrew Hawkins. And Schwartz. Oh, boy. Leave him alone, chat. Leave Anthony Schwartz alone.
Yeah, for Anthony Schwartz, unfortunately, he didn't get highlighted because he made a nice diving catch a few plays ago when we had Myles Garrett on during his interview. But there, he's dropping a similar play, running the out route. You got to be able to catch that and get your feet in bounds.
John Kelly Jr. in the backfield.
There you go. Redeem yourself, Anthony Schwartz. Way to come back, Anthony Schwartz. Let's go. Yeah. Yeah. See? Why he fall down every time he catch it? I've never seen Anthony Schwartz not fall down once he catches the ball.
You're just running to the first down sticks and you're turning around and getting the football. Like, this is what he can be as a receiver.
Drew Petzing's done a good job.
He's getting that cushion. He's making it easy on the quarterback. And Josh Dobbs with the heady play, just go right back to Adam. Get him back in that rhythm in the flow of the offense.
Dobbs with 2 timeouts left. Bell working the middle.
Go good. Good yak. Good yak. Good little 2-minute drive here. All right, let's take a shot here. Well, one in the middle, then a shot.
A little bit of an easier opportunity and set yourself to try to convert the first down here.
They got one high, middle open. All right.
Too hot for Mike Harley Jr., the all-time leading receiver from the U.
Yeah, normally he's got some outstanding hands, but in this situation, sometimes an incomplete pass.
Look, I don't know if I'm in the Anthony Schwartz fan club. I've said too much bad shit about him. But I'm in the Anthony Schwartz support team. You know what I mean? Look, I might not think you that good of a player, but I'll support you.
I love your little sound effects. Did you do that in the huddle?
I said, hey, Joe. I did that a couple times.
Are you going to run it here, timeout, and then take a shot?
3rd and short.
Yep. John Kelly. Good little run. All right, let's take a shot, kick the field goal.
Nice work as Mike Dunn was out there leading the way, number 68.
Great job. I love this. What you're going to get is
Good pull by both the guards, Michael Dunn and Blake Hance.
coming out of the shotgun with an offset running back.
I don't know who's playing center.
Because when your running back's offset,
That ain't been a problem.
further away, and the defense has a lot more time to see it. So credit John Kelly for using that speed to get outside of those blockers and get that first down.
Browns very much in Kade York field goal territory with 17 ticks left. Dobbs firing it down.
Yeah, nice. Mike Harley, man, he might make the team.
Beautiful pass by Dobbs.
Good route. Good route. My goodness, the feet.
He understands the coverage. He's getting zone coverage, so that means the cornerback's eyes are inside towards the quarterback. get behind and find a little window and make yourself friendly for your quarterback. Get your hands up.
And the Browns have entered the red zone, brought to you by Mid's True Sicilian Pasta Sauce. 11 seconds left, Browns. Still 2 timeouts to go. Dobbs flushed.
Run that shit, Josh. Run that shit. Oh!
Shy of the goal line.
One more.
Hit there by Nakobe Dean.
One more. What's 13 points going to do for you in the preseason? One more.
Inside the 5, and actually inside the 1 is where they're going to mark him.
It'll be interesting. I think Kevin's
Go for it.
gonna go for it here, but
Go for it. There we go.
what we wanna do is
There we go.
play with your feet. I know Josh
We know Kade York can kick.
athlete, but in that situation, you may have a chance to get 3 plays if you just throw it away when it's not available, unless you can absolutely for
Call
sure
timeout.
get into the end zone on that run.
You got it.
All right, Browns are going to call a timeout. So 4 seconds left.
We got 1 play.
What are we doing? Put your OC hat on.
Yeah.
And by the way, tackle Elliott Wallace not part of it.
Give it to your left tackle, let him burrow his way inside. Hey, Joe Antonio, suit up.
They're running a lot more shotgun. Yeah, I would expect that, especially with a more mobile guy in there. I would expect that. Hey, Josh, I'm going to tell you what Kevin's telling Josh right now. Hey, Josh, we're going to give you one read. If it's not there, run that shit in. You know what I mean? One read, run that shit in. Yeah, one read, run that shit in.
So you're going to try to get those linebackers.
This ain't no, hey, let's look left. Nah, I don't want you to read the whole field. One read and run that shit in. Thank you for Super Chat, Ray Rags.
If it's there, pull it, and then become a run pass option with your quarterback either running it in the end zone.
This is going to be an RPOR.
When he was rolling to his left side against the Jaguars.
4 seconds left. The quick hitter incomplete. He was looking for Harley Jr.
Oh, you got one more. Got one more. Got one more.
Amazingly,
Knocked away by Josh Joe.
2.5 seconds, so we're going to get another play.
Well, good job.
Boo. Boo.
Trot on for
Boo.
way shorter than a PAT.
Boo.
Kade York.
Boo.
Another offensive play. I think if you make this one's in the bank.
This is a 19-yard field goal. Those hurt you unless it's for the game. Okay.
Well,
There you go. Unfilled first half, though, I gotta tell you. The Browns scoring some.
It is halftime in Cleveland, and we are back in Los Angeles. Welcome to NFL Total Access in the Half, presented by NFL All Day. Mike Garafolo here with Steve Mariucci. Mooch, your thoughts on that first half? 14-13 Eagles at the half, by the way.
You know what? We worried about lightning and all this stuff, but we talked a lot about in pregame about these quarterbacks and the situation. I can't tell you how excited I am that these quarterbacks were able to play like they did. We'll talk more about it when we come back. But both of them, Joshua Dobbs and Gardner Minshew, they got a lot done in this half.
That's right, Mooch. This is a quick segment. Got to move it quickly, all right? Yeah, we will be back with more thoughts on this game and the highlights as well. NFL Plus is here, which means no matter where you are, this is how you football.
thoughts on Dobbs starting week 1? Absolutely not. Hey, man, but Dobbs in a package in week 1, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. That was cool. That was a good 2-minute, though, man. Impressive 2-minute drill by Josh Dobbs. I have been pleasantly surprised with what we've gotten out of Josh Dobbs so far. I am impressed with the coaching. Thank you for the super chat, though, Phil. We're going to stick with this for the whole game, y'all. See some Josh Rosen. All right, man, I'm going to go. Yeah, he's actually been pretty. Like, Josh Dobbs has actually been impressive, especially for what you expect out of Josh Dobbs. I don't want to take that away. But what this means to me is like, hey, if they can get Josh Dobbs looking this good in the work that they're doing in the quarterback room is getting the most out of Josh Dobbs, and I think also that says a lot about what they could get out of Jacoby Brissett. Now, I'm going to get some water real quick, and then I'll do a recap of the first half. Also going to be recording this for YouTube, so y'all try to be in control. Y'all won't, though. Y'all won't be in control. I'll be right back, though. That's funny. Quincy the Hammer Carrier. Okay, y'all calling me Hammer? Y'all calling me Hammer now? Don't call me that, man. Y'all about to, nah. Where my meme folder at? All right, man. All right, we about to record for YouTube. Yo, what's up, YouTube? Shout out to y'all. If you're wondering why the background's different, it's because I'm doing this during my live stream. This is my live stream setup. If you want to watch the games with me, make sure you're subscribed and notified so you don't miss it when I go live for the games, because I plan to be going live for most of the regular season game and for the rest of the preseason too. So check me out when that is the case. But now let's get into this game so far. And as always with the preseason, I really just kind of recap the first half of it unless something more significant happens. And we're going to start with the defensive side of the ball. Now, what's been interesting here, or what I noticed that was interesting, is somebody who is somebody who's been fairly prominent on this channel. Something weird happened with him. And who I'm talking about is Winfrey. And I'm interested to hear if they ask this question in the press conferences, because this is something that really piqued my interest. Basically, two undrafted guys got snaps in the first quarter at defensive tackles, but none of those guys were Winfrey, who was a 4th-round pick. And then Winfrey didn't get into the game until the fourth quarter, or not the fourth quarter, the second quarter, the immediate start of the second quarter. He comes in there in the middle of a drive. That to me sounds like discipline from a position coach for something. I don't know what that something is, but that's usually what that kind of a thing is discipline from a position coach. Usually for like not being on time to a meeting, but that was weird, right? And look, the backup to this interior room is proving why they'll probably have two guys probably come off of other teams to be in this room, because it just wasn't impressive at all. The only play was from Glenn Logan, who made a nice play on a 3rd and goal stop. Got some penetration out there, but nobody looked impressive in this first half. It wasn't the most encouraging effort by the interior defensive line at all. Not really encouraging from the backup edge rusher standpoint. I was a little bit disappointed when I saw out of Alex Wright and Isaiah Rochelle, as they showed some flashes in camp. Really weren't impressive this week. So that's that with the defensive line. We know there's not a lot of depth there. Defensive backs in this game, it's really hard to gauge, right? Because they don't even have like Greedy Williams out there at this point. It was like maybe some AJ Green, maybe some Martin Emerson. Now both of those guys left the game early after visiting the concussion tent. I hope they're all right. Well, not the concussion tent, but the blue medical tent. I hope those guys are okay. I hope they are fine. But they're probably not going to risk it with those two, as they're going to be rotational players. The rest of that secondary, I mean, they got chopped up pretty easy, but like it's hard for me to be too critical on guys like Perry and Motley, and like these are guys, Hurt Miller. Like these aren't guys who are going to make the team to play a lot of defensive back. If they do, they play special teams. So it's really, really hard for me to be extra critical of players in that position because they're not really expected of much here. So there is that. And then I think there were some good plays here made by Martin Emerson, a couple of good plays made by AJ Green, some near interceptions. Like it wasn't all bad on the defensive side, but it wasn't great. And then let's flip the side to the offensive side, which, hey, offense has been coming around as of late, right? We've heard this from practices. We've heard this the reports from the joint practice that the offense is starting to look better for the Browns, right? Both Jacoby Brissett and Deshaun Watson. Now, one name we haven't heard much of just because he's a third-string quarterback right now is Josh Dobbs. But Josh Dobbs and his performance in the preseason is encouraging for a number of reasons. One, because Josh Dobbs is going to be the backup. And you don't want the backup to be somebody that you think is like not an NFL level quarterback, or not an NFL level player, right? Josh Dobbs has looked like an NFL level player in the preseason. Now, it's a huge grain of salt, but he doesn't look like he doesn't belong out there. He doesn't look like he's overwhelmed. He looks like he's good out there. The caveat to that is this is kind of what Josh Dobbs has done his whole career, is look good in the preseason. He hasn't really had that many regular season snaps. But nonetheless, he looks better than he's ever looked in Cleveland. And that's good. I think you saw some good things. So the mobility there is interesting. I definitely would expect him to be in some packages during that 11-game suspension so they can get some of those mobile Deshaun Watson plays off without having Deshaun Watson in the game, because he is a pretty mobile guy at the quarterback position, as well as a smart guy making some big boy throws there. Like, I'm not at the point, I don't feel like it is mission critical if he's in the game. I don't want to start him for 11 games, but I don't feel like it's an awful situation. So I'm very happy with what the Browns have gotten out of Josh Dobbs so far. I mean, there's no competition between him and Josh Rosen as far as I've seen it. And that's cool. Why this is a bigger, not concern, but a bigger joy for me is if that's what they could get out of Josh Dobbs, if they can make Josh Dobbs look better, then it encourages me to see how they can get the most out of Jacoby Brissett. It encourages me to see how they can get the most out of Deshaun Watson when he comes back, whatever version of him you get in that 6 games that he plays this year, hopefully more because he makes the playoffs. But that is what is interesting. Oh, Tom Brady returned to practice is cool. But that is what's interesting about what we've seen out of Josh Dobbs. Is an indicator on what this offense does for quarterbacks, what this offense and what other players could look like in it, and what the coaching staff is doing and how well they're doing it. Again, Baker Mayfield had his best year of his career under Kevin Stefanski. It was only until he had beef with the offense that he started to look terrible, right? Like till he actively started to try to go against the offense. So I have faith that this offense does good things for quarterbacks and can elevate a quarterback's level of play because we've seen it so far in some guys' careers. So Josh Dobbs and what he's been able to do has been very encouraging in this preseason. There's a lot of other players to talk about. Let's talk about David Bell, who's probably the second most important guy that you want to hear from. David Bell looked good, had a drop. It wasn't a drop. Like, it's not going to count as a drop, right? But it was, you would want David Bell to come down with that ball. We need a name for that kind of a play, right? Where it's not a drop by technical standards, but it's a play that you would wish a wide receiver to come down with. And that's what happened with David Bell. He had a couple of those plays. Nothing mind-blowing yet, but encouraging stuff there. Anthony Schwartz similarly as well had one drop, like an out and out drop, and then came back with a nice little catch. Fine stuff from Anthony Schwartz, given that, what we saw from him last week. I just hope to never see again. So he was good there. Then we can talk about the running back position in Jerome Ford. I thought Jerome Ford looked pretty nice here. I thought Jerome Ford showed some nice stuff. No big runs. Dearness Johnson was amazing at the start of this game. He looked like Dearness Johnson. There's nothing really new I can add there. We know Dearness Johnson is really good. I think the second team offensive line actually looked pretty impressive. You have the usual suspects out there: Michael Dunn, Blake Hance, James Hudson, and I don't even know who they have at backup left tackle. Oh, is it Hubbard? It might be Hubbard. I don't know who's there at left tackle. But they looked fine. The backup center looks fine too. So no worries there. But yeah, quarterback position so far has looked good. Running back position so far has looked good. Wide receiver, a little bit. I have one concern. One real major concern with this team, and that's the amount of penalties that they've gotten throughout camp in the preseason. This team can't afford to have penalties, especially on the offensive side of the ball, and that's where we've seen it a lot. We've seen them have a ton of penalties on the offensive side of the ball. Can't continue to have that happen. This is not a team that can afford to fall behind the sticks. It's not that kind of offense. So that needs to be cleared up. I would love to see them play a clean game next week. The second thing that's really the main thing I'm concerned about. So that's the main thing I've been concerned about. And that's pretty much all there is to talk about when it comes to this game. I mean, it's not like there's... All right. Let's talk about the kicker. Let's talk about Kade York, the kicker. Look good. He looked good. He looked good on kickoffs. He looked good on field goals. He made a 1-yard field goal, and he made a 55 or 50-yard field goal in the rain. Pretty impressive stuff. Obviously, a lot of people excited about Kade York, and Kade York is really paying that off. So, shout out to Kade York. I really hope he's good, because I don't want to come out here and talk about drafting another kicker or which kickers the Browns should sign and do that whole rodeo again. I just want it to be over with. So if Kade York is the guy, I get behind him. Hopefully he makes all his field goals. If he does, y'all going to buy the jersey and everything else. But that's what's been going on. If anything important happens in the fourth quarter, I'll add it to the end of this video. But that's what's going on. Thank y'all for watching on YouTube. And I'm going to go continue this live stream now. All right. I know the game came back on while I was recording the YouTube video. Thank y'all for...
What makes you comfortable right now with the quarterback room as it sits?
Well, we feel great about Jacoby. I mean, even going into the offseason, he was someone that we had circled. We thought, geez, we can win a lot of games with him playing quarterback. So we were really, really happy we were able to secure him. And then with Josh, he's a guy that's always been very athletic and very, very smart.
And Josh Dobbs with another nice throw on that play action boot.
He fits a lot of our scheme. And that's a perfect example right there with the keeper rolling out and hitting the tight end on the move. So he's been a good fit. I think he surprised us with how well he's played so far.
Yeah, that was Nakia Griffin-Stewart, who had 3 catches last week down in Jacksonville. And speaking of down, there's a Philadelphia Eagle that is down at the 32-yard line. So, obviously everybody's moving up one on the depth chart. And so Joshua Dobbs, we know he's extremely bright. I mean, won all sorts of academic awards in Tennessee, but he doesn't have a lot of playing time. What is it that you guys have seen in him that says, yeah, we're good going forward with him in a backup role?
Well, I think the 2 things you've already seen today, one is the decision-making. Right, he's done a great job with that. And the second is the athleticism. He's been able to create plays on the move. So you put those 2 things together, and you at least have a chance. We wanted to see him more just in the pocket, deliver accurately, and he's also shown that today. So it's been really impressive.
Yeah, how important is it for you guys as a third quarterback is now just 1 play away for the first 11 games of the season to have a quarterback like Josh Dobbs who can make some plays and convert some third downs with his feet.
Oh, it's a big part of it. And again, I think even just how smart he is important, because they might be called on at any moment and have to come in, be able to operate the offense, and we know he can do that.
Browns have a first down on the Eagles side. Little play fake, and Dobbs.
There you go. That's better than completing it.
He was looking for Zaire Mitchell Payton, one of the hyphenated crew, as I like to call him.
Yes, all of the tight ends fighting for roster spots. They all seem to have that hyphenated name.
Was that part of your strategy, chief strategy officer? Get as many hyphens, juniors, seconds, thirds, fourths as possible on the roster?
Clearly a big part of our offseason plan.
Dog, they have no plans for Josh Rosen on this team. They got no plans for Josh Rosen on this team, man. Poor Josh. He just want to play. They got no plans for Josh Rosen, man.
I think he has the record in Miami for career receptions.
Yeah, Brissett is better than Josh Dobbs, but what you've seen the coaching staff get out of Josh Dobbs should encourage you. I don't know. I want Mike Harley to make it. He's been the most impressive. I don't want to say that. He's been pretty impressive. Why they run it on 3rd and 6? What do you get out of that in the preseason?
As we wait to see what the call is, what is your role from here on out in camp? Are you and Andrew Berry meeting on a daily basis?
Holding, offense, number 72. The penalties decline. He's over the plays forecast.
Yeah, Andrew, Kevin, and I meet every day, to go over the roster, what we're seeing in practice. Certainly injuries that can impact our depth chart in a hurry. And we'll continue to do that through the course of this next week, even trying to figure out playing time, right? Who's going to play in this game? Who's going to play next week in Chicago? What more we need to see? What type of situations we want to see guys in, et cetera.
One of the question marks about playing time now is obviously with Deshaun Watson, with us having some clarity about his suspension being 11 games. Is there a chance that he might actually get some playing time in the last preseason game against the Bears?
We've talked a little bit about it. This was a week where we didn't think it was necessary for Dan Moore.
There you go. Preseason God, Josh Dobbs. Let's go. Let's go. We got the GOAT. If the preseason had a Super Bowl, we'd be contenders with Josh Dobbs, man. We'd be contenders. Dog, don't nobody want to see us with Josh Dobbs in the preseason.
So we'll see if it fits, but it's definitely a consideration.
Let's go. Let's go, Dobbs. Great handoff, Dobbs.
Obviously, we know about your baseball background and being a numbers guy. How much do you sit down with the coaching staff during the week going over scenarios?
I don't necessarily go over with them. I spend a lot of time with Kevin, and then if Kevin wants me to spend time with some of the individual coaches, the coordinators will do that. There are certain things that we do every week to help the coaches, but it's really what they've asked.
2005 or 2007.
Not only every offseason, but every bye week. During the course of the year, we'll go.
Let's go. Let's dial one up for Dobbs here. Let's get Dobbs in. Let's go.
Prepared as you possibly can be. So we're constantly iterating on it. It's evolved over time. But now
I can't wait for that, man. Can y'all wait? Jacoby Brissett gonna have like 3 incomplete passes in a row in week 1, and we're gonna be actually talking about, should we put in Josh Dobbs? Like, are y'all ready for that? You know what I mean? When we get mad at Jacoby Brissett and should we go with Dobbs? Let's go with Dobbs. And let's say Josh Dobbs has like a package or two. He looks good in them packages. We're going to be talking about Josh Dobbs starting if this gets bad enough. Let's hope it never comes to it. But I can see a world where it does.
It makes sense to be aggressive in a lot of those situations. And I think the teams have...
We're going to be out here like, should we put Josh Dobbs in? I'll tell you what, on that new Madden, I put Josh Dobbs in week 2, dog, because you don't understand. Like, Jacoby Brissett, I think he will be fine in real life, but in Madden, Jacoby Brissett is not good in Madden. He's a terrible player to use in Madden. He just don't got none of the Madden shit that you want out of a quarterback in Madden. He can't scramble, none of that. He don't got none of that shit. Well, you put Josh Dobbs in there, you get that mobility. I mean, Josh Dobbs is QB1 in Madden until you can play with Watson. That's all I'm saying. I'm too bad at the new Madden to be streaming it. I don't want to put that shit out in public.
He's made a lot of progress.
There go JK. Here go JK.
Defensive line, all the way up through college. He just played a little bit of offensive line the last year or two in college. We thought he was very athletic. Again, would fit us very well schematically. And we thought that Bill Callahan and Scott Peters could do wonders for him. And I think that's already shown. He made a lot of progress even toward the end of last year. The last couple of games he played a lot better. And then, this offseason, I think he's taken another significant step forward.
I remember having a conversation with Andrew Berry when you guys were hiring offensive line coaches, and you decided to go with Bill Callahan and Scott Peters, who...
There you go. There you go, JK. There you go, JK.
Nice job, by the way, by John Kelly Jr. to get inside the 10.
Oh, he felt like he could turn that upfield and score it.
Inside the red zone, it is brought to you by
There you go, JK.
the sauce, best ingredients, best quality, best taste.
So knowing Bill Callahan from afar, and then knowing Scotty Peters because he was one of the guys that Bob Wiley brought in to work with us.
I will say, though, playing Madden has raised my concern of this wide receiver rooms because I legitimately be out here starting Javon Wims. Dog, that's not good.
Be an incredible team and tag team for this offense.
Oh, he got it. Good patience. Let's go for two. Let's go for two. Put that shit on, JK.
You were in the booth, they scored a touchdown. It happens a second straight year. What did the analytics say about the pedestrian and broadcast crew?
Probably shouldn't push my luck.
What are you kidding? I'd knock on the door at CBS every week. I'd be like, yeah, guys, it's time for my weekly visit. No, good job, by the way. Take some credit for it.
I appreciate it.
Great job by John Kelly. Watch. He starts going downhill at the line of scrimmage, and he gets Eagles linebacker Davion Taylor to run over the top, and as soon as he gets caught in the traffic, he bounces it back to John Kelly's right, and there's a huge window for him to stroll into the end zone.
Kade York and another successful PhD. All of you pedestrian. It is great seeing you boys keep that touchdown streak alive. Andrew Berry's got something to live up to next week.
All right, JK. Well, who our fifth string, man? That's all who our fifth string, man? Who else can we throw in there at running back so we don't have to score all these points? Because I don't know who else we could throw in there at that point. We not playing Nick. We not playing Kareem. We just had Jerome out there. We had Dearness out there earlier. You couldn't do nothing about none of those guys. And now we throwing JK out there. He gashing y'all worse than the other two. That's fifth dude. That's the fifth dude. That is the absolute last guy that can play on this roster at running back. That's the last guy. You can't do nothing about it. Boy, I tell you, the preseason had a Super Bowl, we would be it. We would be it. We would be Super Bowl preseason champions. We Alabama deep at running back. Oh, yeah, fuck it. Let's throw Demetric Felton in there and have him run the ball. He ain't doing nothing at wide receiver. Or is he just not playing today because he's locked in at wide receiver? I mean, yeah. They ain't never played us. Yo, I actually kind of like that AB song, by the way. Like that, put that shit on. I kind of like it. If somebody scores and does it again, I might have to put that shit on for real. You know what I mean? Hamcast says, Q, you're Andrew Berry. What do you do with all these running backs consider cap in contracts of each? I keep 4 of them and see if I can sneak John Kelly onto the practice squad, baby. I'm being selfish. I'm Thanos with these running backs. I'm keeping all the Infinity Stones. Unless you're offering me a starting D tackle, unless you're offering me a starting wide receiver, I don't want to hear your phone call. Offer me something for real.
At the end of the first half, Joe Woods decided to heat up the pressure a little bit, bring in some blitzes, bring in some dogs, which are linebackers that are blitzing, to try to maybe disrupt some of this quick RPO passes that the Eagles were employing with Gardner Minshew. So I think they're going to probably do a little bit more of that here in the second half so that they don't just get stuck in some of those basic coverages where the big windows and zone are so obvious and easy for the quarterback to hit those 5 to 7 yard passes.
Is standing by right now. Center stage the first 11 games of the season.
Oh, this poor lady. They keep working her shoulder out, bro. Why they keep giving her the tallest dudes on the team? No, she got in close. You see that technique? Bro, Dede is a pro. Y'all saw that technique? Oh! You saw that technique by Dede, right? She realized she got that strain in from Miles, right? So she's going to go in and then watch. She takes that step and then shoulders it in to kind of side it into Jacoby so she can get Jacoby right there. Look, watch this. Watch this. Watch this. We break down all the film here. Boom, quick. She ain't got to hold over her head like that. Technique. Technique. That's why Dede is a vet, bro. She don't need to be out here. Put her back up in, man. We don't want her injured during the season. Go get back there. All right, 54. You can't celebrate when you let the tackle go, though. Now, I'm going to just keep that out. You can't jump up and down like you made the tackle when your homeboy had to clear it up. There are 2 Togiais in the NFL. Are they related? Ohio State fans, let me know. You see a DD, man, she moved in close. She took that extra step, man. Vet moves. Now, Jacoby is a big dude for real, man. Oh, get it in, Perrion! Oh, is it still live? No way this is still live. Jacoby about that bag. 54 had the ultimate trust in this team. You are absolutely right. Because he was like, yo. Are they going for this? Okay.
I'm not exactly sure because I didn't think that there was any punters on the field today. So we'll see what happens. This is unusual.
Yeah, that is Aaron Sippus for the Eagles. Mike Harley Jr.
Oh. No. Peter. Oh, man. They had to take the GOAT out. Damn. They took the preseason guy out, man. 3 drives, 20 points. Josh Rosen. Yeah. Hey, we all know. We all know if this was a play. We all know. I can't even say it. We all know, if this were a real important preseason game, Josh Dobbs would still be in the game. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say, man. Who needs Baker Mayfield when we got Josh Dobbs? Why y'all gotta be like this, man? Let a DD report on the sidelines. You ain't gotta tell me how much she can get it, bro. You don't have to tell me this. You can keep that information to yourself. I have to talk to these people sometimes, man. Y'all can't be doing this stuff in my chat. Oh, I didn't mean to block you. I'll unblock you at the end of this stream. I didn't mean to block you. I meant to put you on timeout. But yeah, man, I run into these people in real life, y'all. Y'all can't be putting shit like that in my chat.
Hey everyone, be part of one of the most passionate fan bases in the NFL. Join the Browns season ticket member waiting list today for the best chance of securing tickets.
I mean, I do that right there.
Do not miss out. Go to clevelandbrowns.com/tickets to reserve your spot today.
All right, Josh Rosen. Big footsteps to fill in, man.
For the first time this afternoon, Kelly Jr. bouncing it back. And gains about 3.5, maybe 4. Take a look at Josh Rosen's stats from last week, which are brought to you by First Energy, your hometown energy team. Last week, solid.
Putting you in horny jail, bro. This is a football game. Why are you out here being horny on Maine? That don't make no sense, dog.
2018 draft by the Arizona Cardinals, traded to Miami a season later. He has been on 3 more teams before stopping here in Cleveland this summer. Another whistle, you might get a few of those. It's a false start on the Browns.
False start. Offense, number 81. Primary penalty, second down.
That's a hyphenated special. Zaire Mitchell hyphen Payton.
We always said that it was the tackle's job to remind the tight ends what the snap count was, because those guys, they got a lot on their plate. They're thinking about blocking schemes and catching the football. And so, hey, if you got a tight end that lines up next to you, it's your job to tell him what the snap count is. So if he jumps off sides, the fine's on you.
The guy Aaron Shea couldn't keep track. Rosen looking deep downfield.
Oh! That's caught. Wims, baby. Wims, baby. I'm telling you, this is a reflection on the coaching staff more than anything. Oh, he almost had it. Good play by the linebacker. Appreciate 400 of y'all kicking it with me during the preseason game in which no starters were even close to playing. I appreciate y'all for that, for real. That's not easy. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Josh on the run with a knot. That was a knot. That was a knot. As in, that was not a dot. What happens with Watson's roster spot? Does that not count towards the 53 during the first 11 weeks?
One of the positions that you're trying to save a roster spot at is that third quarterback position. But with Deshaun Watson being suspended the first 3 games or the first 11 games of the season, they're going to have to really decide
Hey.
And that penalty is on Matt Leo, the former Australian rules football player, 6'7", 280 pounds. Nice job there by Brock Hoffman, the rookie out of Virginia Tech. He saw the movement, he tapped him. He was smart line, didn't you?
Eric Mangini used to teach us, right? All you got to do is touch him. Then it's over. But what I like at the next level is if the center snaps.
Let's go, Josh.
Aaron Rodgers loves doing, and then you go ahead and take a shot down the field, free play.
This play.
Did he get both feet in?
That is Mike Harley Jr.
Mike Harley, boy, he having a camp.
Yeah, Mike Harley, he's really pumped, and he's had a great week. Training camp practice, doing a good job there with the speed out. Josh Rosen hitting him in stride. That's all about the footwork for the quarterback, right? To be able to hit that throw in stride, on time, on the money. It's all about hitting your back foot and letting it rip as soon as that back foot hits the ground. Great job by Josh.
Good job, Josh.
Browns at the Eagles 40, closing in on the 5-minute mark here in the third. That is Johnny Stanton, the fourth, who's going to get the ball in the former.
That's who they got to put in. We had 6 string, dog.
Gets about a yard or so.
If Johnny Stanton makes this team, it's not going to be for his ability to run the zone play.
Well, let's take a look at the backup quarterback battle, if you will, for the first 11 games. You know, Joshua Dobbs has been around. This is his 6th season. Hasn't started a game. Has thrown only 17 career passes. Josh Rosen, as I mentioned, the Browns are the 6th team that he has played with since 2018. Obviously, a ton of skill coming out of UCLA. That's why he was a top 10 pick. Threw for almost 10,000 yards in 3 years.
Let it out. There you go.
This one on the money to Bradley.
Hey, give him the Ford. Give him the Ford. There we go. 3rd and 7.
You can see the talent by Rosen. I mean, the times that we've seen him in training camp, the times that we've seen him so far in these preseason games, he's got the arm. He's got the ability to move. He can get it outside the pocket. He can throw on the run. Like, he's got all of the skill sets that you want as a quarterback. But when somebody believes in you and then all of a sudden doesn't believe in you and then you bounce around, that can really affect your confidence. And for a quarterback, confidence is so huge.
3rd and 7.
Oh, Josh. Kade York.
To the turf. And so now let's see if Kade York is going to come on for what would be right around a 54-yard field goal attempt. He is.
Oh, this is going to be a bomb right here.
Yeah.
We're going to be extending our leg. Doesn't look like there's a whole lot of wind in the stadium today, but maybe Phil Dawson would have some other thoughts on this because some mysterious wind that's
All right. All right, Kade York. 55. 55 right here. 55.
What's going on now? They are super excited with a 4th-round pick out of LSU.
Yeah, Mike Prefer, he's loving this. Put his kicker in a pressure situation.
Nah, he got it.
Oh, and it hits the upright. And still, York gets a nice round of applause for the effort.
Stefanski's looking at Prefer like something happened there, but big leg on Kade York. Man, that would have been, if that would have been 3 yards deeper, that would have been good because it was hooking back.
Number 1 player in the NFL.
My number 1 in the league right now?
Well, if you look at the tape, he can't block him too dominant. He attacks everything at full speed. He's like
Leave that jersey alone. Damn. 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 I blame Josh Rosen. I know what I'm about to say. Josh, Kade York missed that field goal because Odell ran the wrong route.
Kade York misses from 55, his first missed kick of the preseason. You know, the Browns had a little bit of a personnel issue. They had a player run on late. They had to snap it to get it off in time. And Kevin Stefanski was...
I think we're look. I think if I can speak for everybody, we're fucking with y'all about this 55-yard field goal. Nobody cares. Nobody cares that he missed a 55-yarder in the preseason. You probably go 50% there, right? Like it's not a concern. He's been good. We're fine. Yeah.
The nice thing is when you've got a ball rubber like Vincent Herzog, he's your fall guy. Just like Chris Carter. No. Oh yeah, he's your fall guy. He didn't hook the ball inside, so it didn't hook back like you thought. Chris Carter told the rookie symposium once, you always got to have a fall guy in the NFL. So I think.
Oh no! Josh Rosen comes in for 5 seconds.
The Olympic hurdler, look at him, celebrates as he goes into the end zone. A 55-yard pitch and catch from Reed Sinnett. Alan, a truly remarkable story. A 3-time U.S. national champion in the 110-meter hurdles as he shows you the celebration.
Yeah, you got to give him a little bit of credit for that.
Oh man.
Cool, and he just showed off his speed running right past Levert Hill there. He's running the post to the middle of the field, and actually Levert knew exactly who he had on that play. He was deeper than the deepest, but unfortunately when he turned and flipped his hips to run, he just didn't have the speed to keep up with the trackster.
The Pro Bowler, Jake Elliott on to tack on the PA.
Damn, man. If we could have a kicker like Jake. Josh Rosen, man, just ruining it. Put Dobbs back in the game, man. We not winning this if Dobbs isn't in the game.
I miss Jim. Ever since we started looking for a rewards credit card, he's been on the fence about which one to go with.
How's it going, Jim?
I can't hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me? You know, at NerdWallet, we have side-by-side comparisons of top credit cards. That way you can be sure you're making the smartest decision when it comes to earning rewards on hotels and plane tickets. So you can get off the fence and we can go to Hawaii.
I'm coming down.
Do you need the ladder?
Yes, I need a ladder. Yes.
NerdWallet, the smartest decision for all your financial decisions.
When moderate to severe ulcerative colitis persists, put it in check with Rinvoq, a once-daily pill.
When UC got unpredictable, I got rapid symptom relief with Rinvoq. Check.
When UC held me back, I got lasting steroid-free remission with Rinvoq. Check.
And when UC got the upper hand,
Oh, man. Yeah, at least it's a close preseason game, right? You know, it's not boring.
Steroid-free remission and a chance to visibly repair the colon lining. Check.
Hey, bro, I got news for y'all. Nobody involved in that play on offense or defense is going to make the team. Maybe the wide receiver. But ain't nobody making this damn team from that.
People 50 and older with at least one heart disease risk factor have higher risks. Don't take if allergic to Rinvoq. A serious reaction. Tell your doctor if
Sly says we drafted the wrong Olympian.
UC in check and keep it there with Rinvoq.
ask your gastroenterologist.
Yeah, we might have to sign Jeff Wilson or some shit like that.
Rise and shine with GMFB.
Let's bring it to town.
Get your morning started with football, friends, and a whole lot of fun. Boom, it clicked. See you tomorrow, fam. Good Morning Football, Monday at 7 on NFL Network.
Tonight on NFL Total Access, every game, every highlight from week 2 to preseason. What rookies show they are the real deal, and what quarterback controversies got even more crystal clear. Tonight, Total Access following the Eagles Giants.
Somebody said cut all these DBs. All these DBs on the field are getting cut. We don't need to wish that on them. They're end of the roster guys, y'all. We good. Man, Josh Rosen gonna win this game for us. We'll see.
I was pretty fired up when I would throw the shot, but that was pretty good. But I can guarantee I didn't have the speed that Devin Allen does out there.
Let's go, Rosen.
Griffin Stewart catches the short one from Josh Rosen. Kobe Stevens on the hit. Was that somebody from the Thomas family with the grainy video there?
Exactly. That was the VHS from the audience there. My dad was probably running. But I love doing the track and field, mainly because it got me out of spring football practice.
I don't even think some of these dudes are starting in the XFL, like at this point in the preseason game. Let's be real. Okay, John. The Secretary of Defense right there.
Outside zone where he's just going to run right at that tight end, and he's going to make his offensive lineman right. So he does a great job. As soon as he gets to the line of scrimmage, his feet are clean. He's going to force the linebacker to pick a gap, and then as soon as the linebacker picks one gap, he just jumps to the other gap.
7 carries for 49 yards and a touchdown for Kelly. Rosen play fake to him.
Woo! Good throw. Good throw.
And gives the defense the same look, right? Because it's human nature. You just saw that play. Now you're going to see the play action version of it, but it takes your mind just a half a click before you realize, oh, it's a pass. And by that time,
Nah. First guy not getting him. Second guy not getting him. He getting back to the line. Yes, sir. I don't know what they weird about on that sideline. You missed 4 tackles. What are you all happy about? David Njoku is 246. Nice. That's a big boy right there. Yeah, I think they go Nikhil Griffin Stewart here. Who's injured? Okay.
All the inexperience there, trying to find guys that can be that third and fourth option.
Hey, look, man.
Receiver, all the talent that you have in the secondary and the running back room, and trying to find a way to keep all your good players because. Paul DePodesta, he was up here earlier in the quarter, and he's talking about all the depth that they've been able to provide, sort of some of it unexpectedly with late-round draft picks, with undrafted free agents, and you want to keep those players around when you find a diamond in the rough like that. One of the places they might be able to pick up a roster spot is in that tight end room because they got Johnny Stanton, who can play fullback, who can also play H-back and that third tight end role. So there's a lot of competition in this tight end room, not only amongst the tight ends for that third spot, but against fullback Johnny Stanton.
Griffin Stewart, a solid week down at Jacksonville with 3 catches. He's played only 1 NFL game with Kansas City a few years ago. Good size, 6'5", 252. Rosen.
That's a dangerous throw.
When the Browns receiver made his cut to the inside, and so he has just as much of a right to that spot on the field as the receiver does. So what you'd like to see the receiver do is just give a little head fake to the outside, try to break the leverage of the defensive back to give his quarterback an ability to throw that ball to the inside.
3rd and 10. Rosen. Pressure.
Uh-oh. That's a hold.
Obviously in the area of holding.
Yeah, watch. The Eagles are running a little bit of a stunt on the left side. Holding. Do a really nice job.
Offense number 67. And penalties decline. He's over the place for you.
Kick it. Kick it. Kick it.
Go and do that to you because we really haven't talked at all about this
Kick the field goal
because they've done an excellent job
from your own 30.
They've got all sorts of rushing yards right now, and really up until that moment, the offensive line has played a very
Let's get a good punt here.
And for the first time today, we get to talk about the Browns' punting situation. Corey Bajorquez, the left-footed punter, and the former Packer and Bill. Guy who's had the longest punt in the NFL each of the last 2 seasons, ready to boot it away for the first time.
Oh, pin it. Pin it. Come on, Parnell. Make the team. Make the team, Parnell.
Exercising the mind and the soul on top of the body.
He's a real yogi. Very impressive by Stefanski.
Shavasana. Reed Sinet back in business.
Boy, the tackling. Tackle.
There's Kennedy Brooks, rookie out of Oklahoma. Had a really nice college career, 3-time 1,000-yard rusher, also 31 rushing touchdowns. This is a team that's looking for some depth in the backfield.
One of the teams that have called the Browns about their surplus of running back has been the Eagles, and reportedly, a lot of fans put two together with the depth of the receiver room for the Eagles. Hey, maybe you can operate from a position of your own strength, like our running back room, and find a win-win trade opportunity.
All right, Parnell, good play. Ray Rag says there really isn't a better QB they could have gotten off the street than Rosen. He stinks. I think they were just like, yeah, let's see what Rosen got. You know what I mean?
Step up, and a lot of times when you have to step up, you don't get a chance to reset your feet at quarterback, and that affects the accuracy down the field, which is what happened right there. And they get to a third down, and Joe Woods wants to heat him up.
And heat him up, you mean blitz?
No, I mean by heat up their cheesesteaks, because I'm getting a little bit hungry up here.
Okay.
Oh, Brown's blitzing.
There it is. Make some pressure.
Sinet looking at his Deion Kane.
Oh, man. Deion Kane is cooking our third string.
Picks up the first down.
Yeah, watch this coverage here. Doing a nice job. I mean, he was all over him towards the sideline.
Where did he establish? That's not a first down.
Make the play on it. He just snatches it out of the air.
That'll do it for the first 3 quarters of play here at First Energy Stadium. You having fun yet? Eagles lead it by 1.
As a Main Street bank, PNC has helped over 7 million kids develop their passion for learning. And now we're providing $88 billion to support underserved communities, helping us all move forward financially. PNC Bank. See how we can make a difference for you.
We used to tell everyone that we just switched to Verizon's new Welcome Unlimited plan for just $30.
I've already told everyone.
Wait, did you say Verizon for just $30?
It's their best unlimited price ever.
$30? That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's from
Yeah, Perrion looks like he's in a doghouse.
I'm switching now.
Yeah, it's easy.
It would appear.
$50 when you switch to
It would appear Perrion's in the doghouse. Thank you for the super chat, Born, yesterday.
only from Verizon.
I like to play on words there.
Wait, go to safelight.com. You can schedule service in just a few clicks. It's so easy. And more customers today are relying on their car's advanced safety features, like automatic emergency braking and lane departure warning. That's why our recalibration service is state of the art. We recalibrate your vehicle's camera so you can still count on those safety features. All right, we're all finished. Thank you so much. Thank you. Don't wait. Schedule now.
Safe like repair, safe like replace.
Don't freak out, but you can get 50% off all menu price Domino's pizzas when you order online right now.
Right now?
Right now. Right now?
Right now? Right now.
50% off, honey. Right now.
Now through the end of the week, get 50% off all menu price pizzas when you order online at Domino's.
NFL Plus is here, bringing you live out-of-market preseason games and live local and primetime regular season games. Wherever you are.
Ray with the super chat. AJ McCarron has really been bad to be chosen to choose Rosen. I don't think it's that. I think it was pretty much even between Rosen and AJ, and they were just like, F it. You know, Rosen's at least young. Let's just roll with that. Or AJ was terrible. I don't know. It's not like they thought that any of those guys were going to make the team. Hands up. They just throwing Deion Kane 50-50 balls like he Mike Williams. Yeah, Winfrey's in the doghouse for some reason.
Interesting guy. He's played 5 games in the NFL with the Bucs, the Broncos, the Lions. 34 career starts in Norman, Oklahoma. The Browns love going shopping down there.
A lot of good talent in that Oklahoma area.
Perry Winfrey, of course. And Isaiah Thomas, who's not playing today. But Chris Odom just missed on the sack. Instead, Sinnett gets out and slides safely for the first down. But Chris Odom could have had the first sack of the afternoon for the Browns.
Yes, Chris Odom, he's lined up right here. And what you see is the left side of the offensive line is doing something called a sift. That means the left guard and the left tackle have 3 players. That means they got to block the blitzing linebacker and the 2 defensive linemen. So as soon as they try to squeeze down and pick up the defensive tackle and the linebacker, that leaves Chris Odom.
Chris Odom, come on, man. USFL MVP. Oh.
And hits Brooks on the short gainer. Time right now to check in with Aditi Kikamala. Who you have, Aditi?
Chris, I'm standing here with Amari Cooper, who says watching all these young receivers and not playing with them is actually fun right now.
Yeah, man, just enjoying watching these young guys work. Really enjoying getting to see them, take full advantage of their opportunities out here.
Well, Amari, it is a very young wide receiver room. What's the most important thing for you as the leader with that group?
Amari Cooper looked like he don't got no hobbies.
But it seems like those guys, they're pretty honed in. They know the focus level that's necessary to come out here and do their job. So
We do know that Mike Woods likes to talk a little bit. Do you ever tell him to pipe down?
Mike Woods, nah, I don't ever really tell him to pipe down. He doesn't really talk that much around me, I guess.
Okay. Well, this week we saw some really good chemistry with Jacoby Brissett. What do you like about playing with him?
Yeah, I mean, he's a veteran. He really understands. I think, to answer your question, the thing I like most about playing with him is he understands the quarterback position from a receiver's perspective, so it's easy to communicate.
What do you mean by that? He understands it from a receiver's perspective.
Like, it's the relationship is a symbiotic relationship. So if I do good, he does good, and vice versa.
There you go.
Sometimes, the quarterback and the receiver don't always see things through the same lens. But, so that's what I mean. He sees it through a receiver's lens.
Okay, so you talk about some good matchups. Darius Slay the last 2 days. Was it fun to go up against him? At this stage of your career, can you still be challenged?
Yeah, of course it was fun to go against Slay because, Slay has always been one of the best corners in the league, in my opinion, and he has the accolades to prove it. All pros and things of that nature. So anytime you can get a challenge like that in front of you, it's great.
When you look forward to playing in this offense, is there anything that you think people are sleeping on?
I don't know other people's perspective of the offense, so I wouldn't be able to answer whether or not.
Oh, get it.
But hopefully not.
All right, well, we really appreciate the time. Thank you very much, Amari.
Thank you for your time.
Great job by the Browns and their secondary, who forces a turnover on downs.
So it's Friday night dinner. All of a sudden, boom. The kid's like that. What's that?
Yeah, Amari Cooper strikes me as a man who does not have a lot of fun. Like, he just is very, very normal. Bernard Tompkins, thank you for that $2 super chat.
Home and car insurance could save you hundreds. And the neighbors are like, go, huh? Little girl. What a commercial. Yeah, I know, right? See how much you could save.
All right, man, we ready for this clutch Josh Rosen time? Are we ready for some chosen Rosen in this boy? Man, listen, I don't know if we ready for it. I don't know if we deserve it. I don't know if we've appreciated the chosen Rosen enough. And look, man, look, we can't just go to Josh Dobbs, man. Look, we throw in Josh Dobbs, we winning this game by 40, but we can't just throw in Josh Dobbs. You know, we got a regular season to prepare for. Josh Rosen gonna have to be the one. Josh Rosen gonna have to be the one right here to win the game. Sweaty palms time.
The Giants face the Packers. Then, for the first time ever, the NFL debuts in Germany as the Seahawks battle the Browns. It's Sunday morning football. It all starts October 2nd at 9:30 a.m. Eastern on NFL Network.
Browns preseason football on News 5 is presented by Universal Windows Direct, proud window partner of the Cleveland Browns. Browns trail it by 1. Smidge over 12 minutes to go.
Let's go, Josh. Fourth quarter, Josh Rosen in the game, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get some 19s in the chat, y'all. Let's get some 19s in the chat. Ray Rag says if we have one more established wide receiver in the wide receiver room, we would not be so bad. But if it's Cooper and a bunch of unproven dudes, it's going to be tough. Yes. Appreciate that super chat, Ray Rags. Come on, let's get some 19s in the chat. Let's get some Bernie Kosar Juniors in the chat, y'all. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's cook Bernie Kosar Jr. Bernie Kosar Jr. Was that not complete? Nah, man. Bernie made that throw to Braylon Edwards. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. Bernie made that throw to Braylon.
3 receptions, 46 yards in his Browns debut.
Nah, show that shit on screen, y'all.
Foot during the summer camp in June. Came back, was on the PUP list. Activated about a week and a half ago. Now playing as Brown Orange for the first time ever. John Kelly Jr. Keeping those legs turning.
Let's go.
Gaining about 7 yards. So what impressed you most about David Bell?
It's those hands that he's got. You hear about Kevin Stefanski talking, he's got the best hands on the team, but also how he makes himself available. You saw right there, he was going with the back shoulder. Josh Dobbs sees him, drops it right there on the numbers. Then he's running the out route. He's finding the space in the defense. That's the savviness that you don't usually see from a rookie at that position. David Bell has really impressed me tonight with his spatial awareness.
Let's go, Rosen. Let's go, Rosen.
With which he plays the position.
3rd and 3. Kelly Jr. takes the handoff, tries to burst out.
Ah.
Shoved out of bounds. Nice job there by Reed Blankenship, cutting off the angle, and Browns will be about a yard shy of the first down.
Yeah, go for this. Go for this.
Watching this block here.
Well, hey, are you in field goal range?
Oh my goodness. He throws his man ass over to Kittle right there.
Whoa, hey, Joe.
David Moore Jr. I said it in a very donkey-like way. Just a great block. That was the first thing that caught my eye. I know John Kelly did a nice job with that run, but when you see your offensive guard turning the corner and getting his shoulders downhill, knocking guys over, it just makes you warm and fuzzy inside.
Yeah, 4th and 1. Welcome back to the offensive line room, people. That is Kelly Jr. Is he
Keep them legs churning, Kelly. He got it. He got it. He got it. He got it. No, no, no. Challenge the spot. Challenge the spot. That's a bad spot. That's a bad spot. Challenge the spot. Challenge the spot. Challenge the spot. Yeah, he got that. Challenge the spot.
This is Frank. He runs a sustainable camping supply business. He's smiling because FedEx has grown its fleet of electric vehicles, and these are the Camper Scouts, earning their Eco Badge. They're sharing this news to their global scout community, which has made Frank quite popular. So it's a good thing, Frank.
Let me give y'all some unsolicited advice if you like to lift weights or anything. Stretch your shoulder blades. Like, get the full stretch. You can honestly stretch everything. Because like pulling a muscle is not fun, but pulling the muscle in your shoulder/neck area is especially a terrible experience. So just stretch. I know sometimes you feel like, well, I need to stretch. I don't need to develop this as a young boy. If you're a younger guy, you don't feel like you need to. But let me tell you something, man. The bill comes due at some point in your life, and normally that's in your late 20s, and then everything starts to get ripped. So I'm just letting y'all know, man. Stretch every time. Just stretch it all. Just stretch it all in the morning before you walk. If you're going to work out, stretch. Stretching is so important. Don't let nobody tell you nothing different. Stretching and rest days. Don't stretch and rest days is very important. So I've had a shoulder strain. Well, not a shoulder, a trapezius strain for the last 3 weeks, and it has been painful. Painful. A challenge in the preseason is crazy. Well, I'm crazy. We challenging this shit. Throw the flag. Throw the flag. Throw the flag.
With 5G ultra-wideband in many more cities, you get up to 10 times the speed at no extra cost. Get Verizon Business Unlimited from the network businesses rely on.
This is an official reminder from the Ford Motor Company to eat locally this summer.
Hey, football is back, and the Cleveland Browns 50-50 raffle is open now. So go to the Browns mobile app or Browns5050.com to purchase and learn more. Raffle ends today. This is Sunday, August 21st. Do not miss your chance to win big while supporting the Stay in the Game Network and community charities as well. Okay, a little Sparky. What do you think? I see you.
Look at the chain on that kid. That was impressive. One of the cool things about preseason games is it gives young kids a chance to see the game. That was my first preseason game. It was my first NFL game. It was my first preseason game at Camp Randall Stadium.
Oh, nice one.
Whew. Whew, he shook the shit out of Greg Logan.
All right, so let's take you back to...
You can challenge in the preseason. I've seen it done. I've seen it done.
So watch these two guys. This is just a communication issue. They have to exchange assignments there.
Ah.
Where that safety lines up inside the box, your receiver can't
Good pickup. Born yesterday says Colin needs to talk about how thick John Kelly is. We'll see. Thank you for the super chat, Born.
There's a free runner in the backfield, and that will get you every time on 4th and short.
DeAndre Torrey, a little bit of a free runner as he gets the ball into Browns territory. Probably a lot of you saying, okay, well, when players look good in the second preseason game, when there's no starters out there, like, how can we judge whether or not they can play in an NFL game? I thought Kevin Stefanski was really interesting in that. He said when somebody kind of pops in a preseason game, we tend to move them up. If they're with the threes, we'll play them against the twos and stiffer competition. That's the way it rolls in preseason, right?
That's exactly right. They're going to be trying to look at those one-on-one matchups. We saw Alex Wright win a lot of those one-on-one matchups earlier on in the game.
There you go. Huge play by Curtis Weaver. Yeah, nice effort, sack.
And then working back to the inside, using his hands, right? You're starting off the field a lot of times at tackles thinking, okay, I got help to the outside. And all of a sudden, the angle of the rush from the defensive end changes, and then he's not quick enough to move his feet back and catch back up to Curtis Weaver as he makes the play to the inside. Nice job bringing the quarterback all the way down and finishing the sack.
Loss of 12 on the play. Torrey, the hand
Oh. Oh. Oh.
just last week before the Jacksonville game. A little bit of thump.
Jordan like a load of bricks right here. Does a great job.
Arrgh. Way to be sturdy, young fella. Way to be sturdy.
And then flipping him back like he's body slamming the running back. I don't think Eagles running back expected to get hit that big.
Giving me Scott Vujita vibes.
Linebackers aren't going to lift you up in the air and slam you down like that.
3rd and 18.
Uh-oh. 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 Oh, come on, man. Oh, it's Scott Fujita. That's Milk Wilson.
When you get in those third and long situations, it's all about covering near the sticks, right? Because a short pass doesn't help you if the Eagles are off the field.
Almost called him Milk Wilson.
Routes down the field, that gives your defensive line an opportunity to finally get to the quarterback where he's going to hang on to it a little bit. Good job finishing there and flushing the quarterback out of the pocket.
Mike Harley Jr., who's had a productive day catching the football.
Oh, okay. I don't know if that's going to stand, though.
Is a flag down on the play, and the referee has his hat off, which means he's either trying to show off his luscious locks, or somebody probably illegally ran out of bounds. Let's see what happens. Brown's still trying to figure out a replacement for the all-pro returner Jakeem Grant, who suffered an Achilles injury earlier in training camp. So we've seen Harley Jr. back there. Saw Jamarcus Bradley last week. As they're still trying to get the return game right. And the referees are trying to make the right call on this one. Let's see what they got.
During the kick, personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Excuse me, by the receiving team, number 48.
I can't have fun like that, man. I can't have fun like that. Damn.
That is a personal foul on Parnell Motley, and it'll move the ball back inside the 5. Oh, the stick by Kade getting it done for the Cleveland D.
Old Trapper Beefs, last bag.
I'll be right back. I'll use the restroom. Somebody said put Deshaun Watson in.
That's why Nationwide is on your side.
Laundry juice, the bargain jug. That's a huge jug of detergent.
Yeah, isn't it a bargain?
You know that bargain detergent is 85% water, right?
Really?
It's this much water.
So I'm just paying for watery soap.
That's why I use Tide Pods. They're super concentrated, so
I'm paying for clean, not water.
bingo. Don't pay for water. Pay for clean. It's gotta be Tide Pods.
Is Dad posting a farewell to his favorite college freshman?
No. He's switching his choice cashback category to gas.
The road to college can be emotional, but also rewarding.
With the Bank of America customized cash rewards card, you just can't stop getting rewarded.
Are y'all in trouble?
Hey, on your visit to First Energy Stadium, perhaps as early as next Saturday night against the Bears, be sure to stop by the Pro Shop to buy exclusive Browns merchandise. All net proceeds from your purchase will be donated to benefit various educational organizations and youth.
They both got that look on their face. That why am I sitting here in the fourth quarter of a preseason look? But don't nobody want to say nothing? All right, Josh Rosen, let's go. Let's go. Let's go Joe Montana here, man.
John Kelly's just shown such great patience running the football today. Finding those little gaps and seams in the blocking. Being able to turn a 1 or a 2 yard play that's blocked for 1 or 2 and finding his way to get 3 or 4 yards. That's what you want out of your running back. Whatever it's blocked, you be plus 1 or 2.
It'll be fascinating to see how this running back group unravels over the next several weeks, right? We have yet to see Nick Chubb or Kareem Hunt play in the postseason.
Delayed snap. Breaks a tackle. Cuts up field. 3rd and 3.
Sean Bradley with the stop.
A great short area movement there. Nice job finding the unblocked guy, right? And making him miss. As a running back, you got to be able to get up into the hole, find where that guy is that is not blocked, make him miss, and get your shoulders facing back down towards the other team's end zone to try to make something positive out of it. And that's exactly what he does, right? Now they're sitting at 3rd and 3. They're in a very
read option
situation where they have their whole offense available to them.
I love the manageable call. That's always been sports cliche stuff. Rosen, plenty of time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there is. Don't worry, Mike Harley Jr. was like, hey, listen, I know I'm a rookie, but I had to have been interfered with there.
My goodness.
Wow, that was a terrible throw by Rosen, though. No, it's not a bad throw. It's not a bad throw. It might be a completion, actually.
Looking at when the defender for the Eagles literally reached out and tackled Mike Harley Jr. on that play, and it was 5 seconds later they pulled the flag out.
Johnny Stanton, the 4th fullback. It's not a fullback dive, but it's a fullback run.
He's got a few carries here today, kind of showing off his ability to maybe be a short yardage guy. He's the Swiss Army knife. That's what Kevin Stefanski calls him. He can play tight end. He can play fullback. He's great on special teams, and he's showing off he can run the football a little bit. I mean, he's not making a lot of guys miss, but he's going to fall forward for a couple yards, get you what you need there.
It's the old all-stat, run all over him sort of thing.
They got Peyton Hillis in the game.
2nd and 6 with 5 minutes to go. Rosen.
Oh!
Hit right in between the 8 and the 2.
That's a tough catch.
Nice job by Josh Rosen. He's recognizing that his offensive line up front does not pick up the blitz, so he's got to get rid of the football quickly. And he throws it on the money right there to Mike Harley Jr. He's got to make that play. I think the key is, as a receiver, they tell me to catch with your hands, not your face mask, not your shoulder pads. Just stick your hands out there and grab the ball. I mean, I never had a chance to do it, but it looks easy to me.
They ever throw one pass to you?
No, they wouldn't even consider it after they saw how my hands look like Ninja Turtles. The way they were taped up with copious rolls of athletic tape and plaster.
Stanton not going to get the first down.
Punt it.
Browns are going to be forced to punt. With under 5 to go.
Yeah,
or are they?
Oh,
okay.
Oh, Kevin's like, F it, man.
Lickens here with Kevin Stefanski. He's going to maybe at least run out there and
You got to put Josh in the game. You going to do this.
pull him off sides, and he's okay.
Joe, he's running a play.
He's okay wasting a time out of this situation.
No, he doesn't
Maybe
need
working on
to.
something.
No, we're running a play here. Why not? Crowd loves it.
They're really running the play. Oh, they got it.
He's got the first down and then some as he is into Eagles territory. Another one of the hyphenated tight ends does something good.
Rostradamus there. He knew Kevin Stefanski was running a play. He wasn't trying to fool us now. Browns do a good job. They set him in motion, pre-snap. He ends up over there. And then all you got to do is just run a little
That's nasty. He went for it. That's nasty. Hey, Kevin a cold dude for that, man.
Great job by the Browns. Dialing up the play you need on 4th and 4.
Rosen eludes the rush.
Get rid of it.
Out to his right.
Just get rid of it.
Throws it away and then gets shoved as well. He perhaps was looking for a little bit of a flag, but didn't get one as Renell Wren was all over him with the pressure. I have an idea here. I think this is what Kevin Stefanski's looking for. He wants to run the perfect 4-minute offense from midfield. Slowly grind it out. 3rd and 3, you get 4. 3rd and 2, you get 3. And then Kade York wins the game.
I was going to say, I like where your head's at, but typically you're not in your 4-minute
I know
offense.
you're not at midfield. I get it.
At this point
I get it. I get it. But you know what? We we've seen stranger stuff happen.
That's true. A lot of timeouts left, but you never know.
Kelly Jr.
Oh, face mask. Throw the flag.
That was a high tackle by Rennell Wren.
Throw the flag.
Toward the face mask. Let's see if we can find it on the replay.
It was pretty close there, but I think the official's going to say that the Eagles defender grabbed the shoulder pad.
Well, even that, you do have a horse collar play in action.
Nah, okay, they ain't no penalty. They ain't no penalty. That's not horse collar. Horse collar is the numbers, the nameplate on the back. It's not this. That's not a horse collar.
I don't think that it was a penalty, so
It's not a penalty.
good decision by the officials there.
It's actually just a good play. Is that Perry? No, okay. Oh, Santos Silva's in the game. Oh, Mike. Field goal? Field goal?
Listen, you already went for it once on fourth down deep in your own end. You're now at midfield. Why not give it another shot?
Yeah, might as well go for it. I think Josh Rosen's going to want to have that last throw back. He threw a little bit to the outside. Mike Harley thought the ball was coming to the inside, but still you'd like to see your receivers coming down with those throws.
4th and 9.
My goodness. My goodness. Get set. My goodness, Marcus. Get set, Marcus. Let it rip. Where was that intended? Where was that intended, Josh? What was that intended to? It looked like you tried to throw the ball to that DB and you missed. That was such an awful pass, Josh Rosen. Where was that intended? What was that going to go to? It didn't have enough air to make it to the guy that I think you might have been trying to throw it to. What was that? Josh Lowe, his labrum got to be cooked. His labrum got to be cooked. What was that throw?
Preseason, Eagles fans will get a look at the undrafted rookie Carson Strong out of Nevada.
Oh, Carson Strong went undrafted. That's crazy.
He went undrafted. He has had some knee problems. Here he hands it
Oh,
off.
come on, Perry.
Got a little space.
You got to stay on your feet.
It's kind of an unusual draft this year, Chris, with so few quarterbacks being taken near the top that it really first short step out.
By the way, Kevin Stefanski has earned his first time out.
Really kind of threw a wrench into everybody's draft boards because you had no idea where these quarterbacks were going to fall, and then you end up getting guys like this that you think maybe mid-round draft pick, all of a sudden they slide out and don't even get drafted.
Threw for 9,300 yards out in Reno, Nevada. 74 touchdowns as well. Big, strong kid. Our buddy Maurice Jones-Drew over at the NFL Network coached him up in 7-on-7 ball. Yeah.
Oh, any tidbits that he delivered to you for this very moment in the broadcast?
Yeah, I probably should have texted him, Jimmy. He's always very busy.
Oh, he's a very
Doesn't always
busy
return
man.
my texts on time.
Kind of a jerk.
Whereas you get right back to him.
I'm right on it.
I'm kidding. He does. He does. So gain of 8. Browns D needs to tighten up here.
The Eagles in
3 minutes to go.
4-minute-ish offense now that you wanted the Browns to incorporate.
All right.
Nice job.
Got a super chat from Matt who says, why did Rosen throw it like he was trying to turn a double play? I don't know what he was trying to do. Yo. Let's go, Kevin. Play. Hey, Kevin, I like Kevin, man. He don't care. He the same dude no matter what week of it is, preseason, regular season.
That is for him to keep that streak alive here for me.
Do you have incentives?
Big incentives in my contract. Let me tell you. If we get to 6, then we're all going up. Let me tell you that.
Yeah.
Private jet, wherever we want to go in the world.
Yeah, I saw your career earnings. We're doing that regardless.
You're the man that's been on TV for like 45 years in the top spot every year.
All right, here we go. 3rd down. Brooks bouncing toward the outside.
See?
Down and stays in bounds as well.
Got caught sprinting to a red light there, Perryon. Just hold your gap.
And Stefanski, did he use his last?
Not a good game for him. All right, Kevin. Kevin.
As we all know, residing in the AFC North, this is a beast of a division. You've got the defending AFC champion, Cincinnati Bengals. Yes, only 8 teams have returned to the Super Bowl the year after losing, but there's a lot of talent downstate. Baltimore Ravens, even with all sorts of health issues last year, they were in it until the final few weeks of the season to the Steelers. So you answered that question, Joe Thomas. Who is going to play quarterback week 1? Will it be the veteran Mitchell Trubisky,
I want to
the kid
believe
from
in Joe.
Banter, Ohio, or Kenny Pickett, the lone first-round quarterback selected in the draft this year?
Well, if I'm sitting there and I'm the Steelers, I play Kenny Pickett. He's your first-round pick. He's played very well in their preseason games. I know the reports from their training camp practices were that he was a bit erratic and struggled, but that's just part of being a rookie. And I think what you want to do is you want to get that guy out there as soon as you can, get him that experience, because that's how you grow the fastest.
Quality drill.
You need to be out there getting those live reps. And they've got a really good defense that can hold up their end of the bargain. If you can kind of err him on the side of caution a little bit so he's not turning the football over, he's going to keep you in those games, and you want him in those big moments to grow and develop, because he is your quarterback of the future.
That was Winfrey, the 4th-round pick out of Oklahoma, snagging his former teammate there in Norman. A little bit like spring ball, I suppose, right? You allowed to bring guys to the ground in spring ball, college?
Not when I was watching spring ball from the sidelines. But,
well, from the sidelines, while I was doing the shot, not a shot, the shot.
There we go. That's much better. Got him the 3rd down before the 2-minute.
And that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. Things are getting interesting here in the Cleveland as the Eagles are nursing a 1-point lead.
We have to tell everyone that we just switched to Verizon's new Welcome Unlimited plan for just $30.
I've already told everyone.
Wait, did you say Verizon for just $30?
Yeah, Kevin Stefanski's taking this so serious. I wouldn't be surprised if he had Deshaun and Nick Chubb just go out there for this 2-minute drill. He gonna look at Deshaun, put your pads on. Coach, what? Put your pads on, Deshaun. I'm going out. Yeah, put your pads on. Come on, 2 minutes left.
We have the spirit of Charlie playing with us all the time.
It's all about me, and I'm the star.
So you've been on for 60 years.
We must be doing something right.
This is Antonelli's Cheese Shop, and we're the Antonellis. Do good, eat good.
That's our mission.
We chose our Spark Cash Plus card from Capital One because it gives us unlimited 2% cash back on everything we buy.
And it has no preset spending limit, so our purchasing power adapts to our business needs. We use our 2% cash back to help cover our employees' healthcare costs.
That's how we take care of our most valuable asset.
Our people. It may sound cheesy,
But we like it that way. What's in your wallet?
This season's story starts in the preseason. Let's keep this train rolling. And the story continues in week 2. With every game on NFL Network. Big faces in new places.
I'm excited to go win.
And fresh names making a statement. I want to be the best player I can be. Every season is a new story. And every story starts here. Week 2 of the NFL preseason. Live on NFL Network.
Browns down 1, Eagles with 3rd and long with 2 minutes to go. Special thanks to our amazing crew here.
Hey, what if you came back for commercial and Myles Garrett was on the field?
Siegel, our coordinating producer, Joel Tatay, our director, Chris Svensson, our AD, Dan Larson, our tech manager, Brian Irizarry, stage managers, Darlene Lurie, Ryan Banks as well, our great technicians on and off the field, Griffin Jacob, Dave Wallingford, Dave Velasco, Julie Arnold, Gene Winters, Carl Cronenberger, and up here in the booth, Dave Sheets, Matt Smith. Thank you very much for everything you do.
I think he put Tommy Togiai back in.
3rd and 12 for the rookie Carson Strong. Browns no more timeouts left. And Strong's going to get a chance to throw it. He does downfield looking for Allen and incomplete.
Saves time on the clock.
Sideline wanted a penalty on the man who caught the 55-yard touchdown early.
They punting.
Probably got a little bit fortunate there. He was kind of late turning his head to the football and may have interrupted a little bit the Eagles receiver from having an opportunity to catch the football. But hey, no flag, no blood, no foul.
All right, so Kevin Stefanski's like, we're in business. We're down a point. 2-minute drill.
I want to see Josh Rosen back out there get another opportunity to go be the hero. Get Kade York that 75-yard field goal that you've been calling for all day.
63. Come on, don't push it there, big man.
Let's not get ridiculous.
Aaron Sipos punted away, and it looks like Nick Sirianni not exactly pleased because Deion Kane ran onto the field late.
This is a 30-second timeout.
Sometimes that happens, guys. Not exactly, you know, if a guy gets banged up and you have a new assignment, all sorts of stuff. Am I making excuses?
No, you're exactly right. It's an excuse, there's no doubt.
Thank you.
And we know we say about excuses.
Major in that in our
However, yeah, that's right. We know excuses, you and I, for sure. But that's what happens in the preseason, right? Because not everybody on your roster is playing, and a lot of times guys that are playing in the first half, once
All right, Josh.
they come out of special
Get us down the field.
special teams go
Oh, crap.
so we can cross your name up the list and then make sure that your replacement is ready so they can go tell them in those situations. But you get in the third and fourth quarter, sometimes you forget to do those things, and the operation is not as flawless as it is in the first and second quarter or in the regular season, and you get stuck with 9 or 10 guys on the field, and you're trying to punt to keep the lead to win the game.
The punt is away. Harley Jr.
Don't touch it.
He's going to let it hop and it bounces into the end zone. It's taken.
Good job.
Man, oh man, Harley Jr. let it fly over his head. That was dangerous. And no!
Well, good decision there by Harley Jr. I'm going to say good decision because it rolled into the end zone.
Right.
He put his feet at about the 7-yard line, and usually anything over your head, they say let it fall because it'll probably bounce where the punting team is not going to be able to down it. And it worked out for them in that situation, but it was real close.
So let's play a game. Where do the Browns have to get to give Kade York a shot here?
Yeah, I like, I'm going to say the 43-yard line. That gives them about a 60, 61.
Oh, oh. Come on, Braylon. Come on.
He got his mitts on it, but couldn't corral it.
Dylan Baldwin running 15 yards down the field, stopping, giving himself an opportunity to make the play towards the sideline. He got his hands on it, but you got to be able to come down with that, buddy. You'd love to see Josh Rosen throw it a little bit closer to the sideline so you can get out of bounds, right? A little bit fighting time and distance right now.
A little bit of credit to Mac McCain III, who dislodged it. That ball is incomplete as he was looking for.
I know the fans are not cheering, booing the offense right now.
The hardest thing in your 2-minute drill is just getting that first completion, getting the play and the drive started there.
A lot of young players out there right now for both sides. 3rd and 10. Browns once again.
Oh.
Zaire, Mitchell Payton got going early.
False start. Offense over 81. 5-yard penalty. It's still 3rd down.
Mitchell Payton
Not running, so there is no 10-second run.
Guy who
Start on the snap.
finished his college career at FAU. He did have 90 receptions at Division II Notre Dame College here in Ohio.
Cade can make it from here, right?
Another fine on your right tackle for not telling the tight end to snap down.
So 3rd and 15, Rosen looking, throwing the out. But
What was that?
on the same page.
Going to be a tough field goal from here, Chris.
Yeah.
I think this might be outside of Kade York's range.
Well, you know what? Though I did see him taking some practice kicks early in the game, before the game.
Let's see what they dial up here. 4th and
15.
not an ideal situation for your quarterback battling for that 3rd
33-yard line like we'd hoped.
No, we were hoping to get something started there, and going 0 for 4 on a 2-minute drive doesn't feel so good as you're sauntering to the sideline there. And, sometimes that's why offensive coordinators like to start a 2-minute drill with an easy handoff, inside draw, sometimes a screen play, just to get things going, right? Because as soon as you get a positive play, you're starting to get into a rhythm, and then you're getting vanilla stuff from the defense. But if you sit there and you go incomplete, now you're sitting at 4th and a gazillion, that's pretty hard on everybody.
Yeah, we can't do a gazillion graphically, but I understand what you're saying. So now Carson Strong will take knees for the first time in his NFL career. Big picture here, the minute we have left. What do you have for the Broncos for 2 games?
Well, I really like what David Bell did today. I think he showed that
So, like, cut Josh Rosen. They will, bro. They will. Like, you don't have to demand it. It was part of the plan.
against the run, winning his one-on-one battles.
Per Mary Kay Kabat, Perrion went to the locker room with the trainers just before the 2-minute warning. Thanks for the update, Ray Rags.
Doing an outstanding job, just giving the Browns another dynamic weapon at running back, a guy who could be your third down back because he's really good at picking up the blitz, but also he can slide outside, catch the pass, and then Josh Dobbs. More impressive stuff from him, decision making, getting rid of the football, showing off his athleticism. I think the Browns got to be real happy with this guy and what he's shown thus far as the third quarterback, who is going to be the backup for the first 11 games of the season when Watson's out.
All right, well, cool.
Scheduled next Saturday night right here at First Energy Stadium when the former Buckeye Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears.
Well, all right, y'all. It's the preseason, so it really don't matter. You don't want to go undefeated in these things. But thank y'all for watching. Y'all have a great day. Have an even better night.